So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to part 2 of our grunge scene, wherein Bill and Anton and Bill, the two best friends that anyone could have, are in Roanoke. Such a nice, wholesome, welcoming, warm place, Roanoke. Except not at all, especially not lately. And the two are parked on a street right up at the corner, roughly about maybe a car length or two back or past, and have taken a glance around, spotted a bus stop, and I believe they have just made a communal nod on how they would like to proceed. So do please proceed.
If I remember correctly, we're canvassing. So I think we got to roll.
We are.
What is our roll to canvass, Katie?
That's our canvas roll.
But I assume by canvassing you mean literally just walking down the street at night and asking people, "Have you seen this man?"
Yeah, kind of doing the old-fashioned police work,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, just a polite knock on the door. We're likely to catch people at home because they're at dinner, like telemarketers.
Hey.
Like telemarketers. That's exactly what I like being compared to. Okay, sure. Let's see. Both of you are going to roll. I'm assuming you would like to use charisma. And let's fucking see. I am going to be a weird ass and have you roll charisma investigation.
Sweet.
Both of you. And then I am going to have your results impact the following roll.
I'm assuming persuasion will come into play for this because I do have that active.
I think you both. Oh no, Bill, you can make another attempt to activate it once you guys have come to a decision.
Bill will make a Bill tempt.
A Bill tempt.
A Bill tempt. Oh, thank God.
So,
2.
yeah, in this case, I'll let it work.
All right.
2.
3.
Let's see what I've got for your actual successes here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have higher diff. So we've got 1 and 2. Actually, yep. Okay, so 1 and 2. So that will affect this roll to see if anyone has happened to spot this kid. So diff was originally going to be really high, so we will drop it by the collective 3.
Yay.
Let's see what you get. Ooh, lovely.
Yay.
So the two of you, I assume, are just kind of splaying down this neighborhood, knocking on doors?
Yeah, I imagine we probably split the neighborhood. Like, Bill takes one door, I'll take another door. You know what I mean? Cover time and you know, it's
Both
that type
sides
of thing.
the street?
Yeah.
It is obnoxiously grueling. It's time consuming. A lot of these are also like condos and apartments and stuff. So you can easily walk into like the halls that lead to the various apartments and whatnot, or down the walkways. But it means, on the bright side, a lot of people clustered together. On the downside, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes who has windows where. But the two of you canvas and canvas and canvas, and you go up one side of the street, down the other side of the street, and let's see. As you're going along, are you only aiming for residents? Are you just, snagging anyone you can, anyone you see?
Anyone. Anton's doing anyone.
Anyone?
All right. So let's see which of you it is. So as you guys are going along, Bill, you happen to be on the appropriate side of the road as basically you see a taxi cab pull up and kind of park itself out for a second. Essentially the guy's going through and like, you can see him like pulling out paperwork and shit. Basically starting to tally all his fares and shit and get his stuff in order so he can get the fuck home, that kind of thing. Same sort of thing you see when like a cop does the same thing. Sometimes they'll just park up somewhere and start doing paperwork because it's the easiest way to do it. And you happen to be the one to come over and show the taxi driver the photo. And I mean, he kind of squints at it and thinks about it. He's like, I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of emo looking kid. Oh, hey, no, I did. I think I saw that kid. I mean, maybe it was that kid.
Do you remember around when?
I mean, I'm not sure. It was it was fucking dark out. I'll say that. It was hold on. And he like reaches over and honestly everything's probably digitized at this point. So he like pulls up, starts fucking around with all the machinery in his taxi cab. He's like, I took a fare out here about 8 o'clock last night. Dropped him off. And yeah, so there was some kid. I guess it could have been this kid. He points down towards the corner, roughly where you guys parked out. It was just it was the damnedest thing. I thought it was weird because it was like he was waiting for a bus, but he was standing right there on the corner, And yeah, he stood there for a minute. I dropped my fare off, and I kind of stood to see what was going on, because kind of young to be out by himself, and sure enough, after a while, a van pulled up, and he walked around, got in, and off they went. One of those, those generic ass construction vans. White van, got hooks for ladders on it and shit. Kind of beat up.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a nice night.
Yeah, you too. Good luck finding
Bill,
your kid.
I'm gonna need it. Bill scratches the back of his head and pack links Anton. I got a lead.
What you got?
The kid got picked up at the corner before the bus station, the one we were looking at.
Yeah.
White construction van, hooks for ladders, that kind of deal. Sound familiar?
Yeah, sounds real fucking familiar. Fuck.
Yeah, well, that's what picked him up.
Yeah, I knew that was a meeting fucking place. Fuck.
I remember I was working with you at the beginning of this. Didn't they use white vans then too?
Yeah, they've been using my vans the whole time.
Well, it means he walked directly into their hands.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. They're you can see Anton walking back down the street over towards it. They're that's how they get them in. They either use barbiturates to snag them in or they willingly come with them.
Okay. Getting any bearing on where the van was headed is going to be hard here.
Yeah. I doubt we're gonna get a look at any fucking street cameras or anything of that shit, so unless there's a shop right outside where that fucking corner is.
This is a residential.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Fuck.
We've already been to the houses right around here, so I doubt anybody else got a good look at it.
No. We've lost the kid eventually. Only thing we can do now is try and we're gonna have to try set up that profile to get at him. Otherwise, we're just gonna be chasing every afterthought of this thing.
Okay.
Let's get back and get on a computer and see what we can find.
Yeah, let's do that.
So
Anton just rubs his forehead, walking back to the car a bit frustrated. 'Cause fuck. Yes.
So as you guys are heading back towards the car, and you've been blatantly canvassing around, we'll use this one. Ooh, thunder. Use this. Go here. Clicky that. So you guys are kind of looking frustrated, getting together, talking quietly, and finally turn to head back towards the car. And you see a dude kind of like walking up the street, has the classic, like, paper bag that totally doesn't have booze in it. Kind of not, you know what, Anton, you've seen a lot of street folk around Roanoke, especially. Even they're a lot in life. I mean, you can kind of gauge the area you're in by how they're doing. This guy, you wouldn't necessarily immediately peg as a hobo, but there's certain tells there that make you kind of on it. And he's actually heading over towards you guys. He's not stumbling around. He's not wasted, but he's kind of heading over. Seems kind of interested, making that cautious approach.
Anton's like got his hands in his jacket. He'll see the guy and he'll go, "Yo, someone's coming towards us."
Let's let him come towards us.
Yeah, popping a cigarette in his mouth as the guy walking up.
And so he kind of eases over, like, "Hey, you guys looking for something? Looking for someone? Maybe something old Joe here can help you with? Eh?"
You seen this kid?
He kind of glances down at the phone. Kind of heaves a bit of a shrug. I mean, I don't recognize him off bat, but maybe I can talk to some people. Happen to be around here when your kid go missing.
But then, what I said, still dark out, so probably early morning, maybe.
About 8. Bill got the time from the taxi man.
Da-na-na. It's like, well, I could ask around. You got, anything else, maybe?
He's getting into a white van just at the block, just around the corner before the bus stop. Construction
van.
And he finally reaches up and taps his nose, like, ah. And I mean, again, he's not 110% grimy, but he's got the it's been a couple days since he's had a chance to shave type look to him. Not the cleanest, not the filthiest. Now there you go. So you got any kind of finder's fee, maybe? Sounds like you're dealing with the body snatchers.
The body snatchers, eh?
Oh yeah, that's what we're calling them, the body snatchers.
Huh. Depends on how much the information is good. I mean, if it's good, you'll get paid.
Oh, come on, can't, little something?
We'll slip him about, fuck it, about $7.
He shrugs, kind of does the little quick splay to glance at it, shrugs, happily shoves it in the jacket pocket. So at least street level around here, we're calling them the body snatchers because, you see a person get into that van, you never see them around again.
I bet. How many people have got into that van? So, from what everybody's saying.
Well, all together? I mean, if you believe all the stories, maybe 20, maybe more.
I'm just gonna get the zoom in picture.
I mean, people I actually know and believe think they, aren't seeing nothing. I believe maybe 5 of the stories. But those body snatchers, they're nothing to joke with.
I bet not. Gotta do our job, unfortunately.
So you want to find them?
I want to find the kid they took.
I mean, there's some places they show up more than others. Eh?
Our places be that big. Slide out to the fucking 20.
And again, it's one of those things where you'll like put out the hand for it. Are you actually gonna let him like take it out of your hand, or is it okay?
It's a sly little I totally didn't just copy that.
Yeah, you get a smile. His mouth isn't completely rotted out. It's not that bad. Poor guy's down on his luck, but he hasn't been growing up his whole life in squalor. Well, you see, there's places all over town. Those trucks, those vans. Sometimes you see them just kind of slow rolling by. And the guys I know, I mean, we fucking scatter. So there are places we're avoiding now.
What time?
The vans, they usually come out at night. You don't see those vans roll around during the day.
Any specific time at night?
I mean, I guess it depends on where you are in the city. But and he'll kind of suggest a couple places. One of them's near a little park. One of them is, in fact, like pretty much right adjacent to the rail yard. And yeah, he will give you various places you can mark out.
Oh yeah,
one is out in the warehouse district, like out where I mean, most are still being used, but not all. In fact, he even will point out that they rolled around there so much we had a flop house there and had to ditch it. Everyone was so worried they'd come in and start snatching people. Yeah, we cleared the fuck out.
You ever see any of them?
I mean, you don't. He kind of like leans in, like, bro, you don't look. What if they look back?
Oh, I'm getting that. You ever catch a glimpse? Anyone you know catch a glimpse of them?
I mean, there's different people say different things,
What's the most people saying the same thing then?
Well, some of them say a guy with there's someone with like. I mean, some people say there's a dude in a lab coat. Some people talk about, like, I guess some chick with the long blonde hair. I mean, they say all kinds of shit, like they got glowing eyes, but I mean, you can't always believe that shit.
Okay. Takes all that down.
Heard they got someone in a big motherfucker in some kind of uniform.
Cop uniform?
Like no, like like the jumpsuit, like people doing like electric work, janitorial work, kind of almost like them prison jumpers, but like one of those, like that ugly green color.
Yeah, I'll take that down definitely. Any recognizable shit, company name or anything did you guys catch?
Oh man, we just if you see one that's got the hooks on the side that are all rusted out and left side of the bumper's fucked up, rear bumper, got to be the rear bumper, and this right headlight's a little wonky, you fuck off, you get the hell out of sight of the street.
Yeah, he takes that down. They those exact details like he's writing them down.
And I can give you a wits check if you want.
Showa. If quick thinking comes into play, it's two,
Sure.
but not. Then 2 successes. Actually, three successes. Sorry, that's on pop.
So I mean, I'll give you this prior stuff you've heard. You've heard about the bumper being like looking like they essentially got rear-ended on one side, like clipped a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bumper is a consistent thing.
Yeah, he almost put the tick beside it. He put the little tick beside it.
So yeah, I mean, suppose if you want to find your kid, Probably gonna maybe be near one of those places where they see him all the time. Maybe they got a flop house.
Right. Okay.
They gotta be somewhere, right?
Yeah, they gotta be somewhere. And that's on a motion built to like head to like he's heading to the car, almost like he's gonna look over the fucking places that the guy gave. You know what I mean?
You start
Bill.
to turn. He's like, any chance I could bum a cigarette?
Yeah, sure.
It's grateful. Like he knows he's kind of technically pushing his luck, but like, oh sweet, paid off. Oh sweet Jesus. And yeah, he proceeds to begin as you guys are turning away. Like, especially if you let him light up. Cigarette in mouth will be shuffling the cash into various pockets, making sure it's kind of spread out. And yeah, we'll kind of give a paranoid look up and down the street and start heading down the sidewalk again. That similar kind of hunched but reasonably quick walk, so he can get where he's going, and no one's really gonna bug him or be able to see his face too well. Just doing his shit.
Anton will sit in the car and flick over the piece of paper with with the locations on them. Kid's got to be at one of these.
Possibly.
It's better than nothing.
That it is.
And I got a description of male, 2 males and a female, blonde hair, big motherfucker. That's probably in a room.
Yeah, probably.
Marrowbones is a girl. That's what they said. At least I think.
They didn't say a gender.
Oh, I thought Marrowbones was a girl. That's probably Marrowbones then. Probably tapping at the big motherfucker.
Probably.
We could try out these places. It's a risk, but
Might get in the scrap.
fuck it. Let's make them afraid of us for a change.
Fuck it.
Anton will we'll go to the first one I took down, the first stop. I just assumed it was a girl. I actually legit assumed it was a girl. I don't know why. I just assumed
I'm pretty sure I even started with using male pronouns, and then I tried to make sure I went neutral with it.
It was
and then the two of you just developed headcanon at speeds that I have never seen before. So you do not know what gender Marrowbone is.
But judging by the size, remember we saw Marrowbones was massive anyway, so
yeah,
it's a good guess that is Marrowbones. But anyway, we're going to go to the first address there that I took down. First stop.
All right. Let's see. First stop. Let me take a little notey note of my own. In fact, let me put a new sticky up. New sticky.
This is going to turn into Ready to Do so fucking fast. I can already sense.
All right, so we've got the warehouse district. You've got someplace near the rail yard. You've got a couple residential. All right, so the first couple he gave you were like some residential areas. One is not terribly far from here. Sounds like some old, like kind of basically as you go from here towards the shittier side of town, there's an apartment complex that, let's face it, when people know that an area is going to shit, they will move. So this is essentially a complex that that got hollowed out real fast when people realized that they were getting surrounded by more and more drug dealers, more and more gang activity, shittier businesses, shadier shit. Like, it's just kind of been left empty and went out of business. And then one of them is actually kind of on a nicer side of town. In a nicer neighborhood, but older families, older people with, a decent chunk of money. But there's maybe they just roll through. Maybe there's some foreclosed property up there. Maybe there's a park nearby.
Yeah, I'll roll through and take a look. I'll roll through both of them, looking for the specific van or looking for anything, particularly in the abandoned place, anything that will detect any sort of moderate life signs. But yeah, no, that's essentially what Anton will thoroughly search both of these first.
Okay, which one do you want to go to first?
We'll go to the abandoned one because you know what, we're on a time limit with this kid.
All right.
If they're doing something to him, the better place to do it is in an abandoned place.
Yep, the complex is empty, so you can head there first.
Yep.
All right, let's see what I got here in my little bag of tricks. Is that flipped? It is flipped. 1 second. Boop. So you're heading down, and I mean, these are kind of streets you're going down. It's not the worst of the worst, but it's definitely like you can feel that it's getting shady out here. This is the kind of place where you sure as hell wouldn't leave your car unlocked. And I mean, maybe you guys would have the confidence to walk alone, but you don't imagine most people do.
Cool. Just gotta drive slowly down, taking our time, looking around.
And I mean, sooner or later you will see it. And it's just kind of like one of many buildings there. But you can see the posted signs on the door of the place being closed. No trespassing signs plastered on the lower windows. Some of them have been, broken. Someone decided to hooliganize, so there's holes in the windows. There's, some tags around the building.
I'm going to do a circular around the building area trying to see can I spy any sort of white van or anything like that parked up maybe in the inner area. Like basically I'm just going to do a circular around the perimeter, like in the car, like cutting from street to street.
All right. So on the downside, this place does have an adjoining building on one side.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff's kind of clustered together. But you can come around the corner, and there is an alley that goes behind it. But it's one of those things where you could pull into the alley. You totally could. But there is a good chance that if you do, the only way to get out is to back out. It's pretty narrow.
Yeah, it's cool.
So basically, you've got the street. It's on the corner, so the street turns and goes alongside it. And then there's an alley for like rear access, probably for staff or something.
I'll probably pull up just on the outside of the alleyway, not go in.
Okay. And you can give me an alertness check looking for the van.
Perception, Crow of War.
3. 3, yeah, 3.
Oh, my merit kicks in on top of that.
It is dark out.
So, oh my God, here we go. Look at all those dice and the fact that I only got 3. Just look at fucking Sidekick mocking me.
I got 3 as well, so cool.
So, 3 each. You guys get a good look around. Each of you like scanning one side of the street because you're intelligent enough to coordinate. And as you go around the corner, you're looking down the street. You're not seeing the van. But with that alertness check, I'll give you this for free. There's one tag there that is a point of interest. It's cool. That give me one moment because now Bill has seen it before.
Keep the engine hot. I'm gonna go get a closer look.
Do it.
Bill will get out to go take a closer look with his flashlight because he's the kind of chode that has a flashlight separate from his phone.
Oh, Anton draws the fucking gun as he's standing. Has the car parked ready. Oh yeah, no fucking risk this time.
My hand's not on my gun. He just knows it's there like a normal person.
No, your hand's on your flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different set of colors since most of the signage around here is bright red. It's more like bright and dark red colors, muddied together, kind of sprayed in a big circle under the messy black spiral. But yeah, you'll see it. It's one of those things that you only spot because you get so close that you can see a bit into the alley. Because it's tagged just after the turn into the alley.
Through the pack link. Yeah, they've been here.
Should we check out the building?
They use these tags to mark their hunting ground so far, so this would be a place to look, yeah.
Yeah, park up the car and get the fuck out. Taking out a flashlight. Yeah, just goes to the boot, takes out a flashlight, puts on gloves, takes out the pistol, and just Anton's ready to go.
All right. Gonna head in, guys.
Yep.
Where are you going to enter?
Through
There
the alleyway.
is through the alleyway.
I'll be
Once we get on indoors, Bill's hand will be on his gun.
Madness.
Before we even get near the indoors, I will go shadow weaving first. As I'm walking in to help. I get 2 success off that, so that's just to get us more stealthy. It's for the group, for me and Bill.
Yep. That is not the one I want. Poop sticks. Oh, fuck it. Go back to that for now. All right. You got 2 successes?
Yes.
So that is a -1 diff for both of you. For when you do stealth. And for as long as you're concentrating on it, or for as long as you're kind of holding it up.
Yeah.
Just let me know if you're pointedly dropping all concentration on anything else, or if you decide to dismiss the effect.
Cool.
But in the meantime, yeah, you guys are kind of wreathed in a darker point in the shadows. It just becomes that much harder to kind of perceive the area you're in as you go into this dark ass fucking alley. And yeah, it's a mess. It's not use needles everywhere a mess, but this dumpster's overflowed. People probably didn't pay up their last bills. It fucking reeks. But there is a back entrance. It's one of those things where you like come up some almost industrial looking steps to a big metal door type thing. It has a big visible like deadbolt style lock on it.
I will open seal that bitch. If I can, Katie.
You can always try to open seal.
I just fail. I don't botch or anything.
Okay.
So
it proves very resistant.
Let's see if Bill can use some style and panache.
Yeah, you were just rolling larceny.
I am just rolling larceny with my most powerful dice pool. Oh, hey.
Let's see what you got there, buddy.
Look at that.
Hey, 2 successes. So it's a bit of a clunky bitch. Here's what will happen with 2 successes. Bill, you pull out let's face it, at this point, the way you've been fucking doing, I'm willing to say you have like kind of the amateur lockpick type dealio.
For the very least, the Leatherman tool.
Yeah. You manage to get like you stick bits in there and you fuck with it a little bit. And you manage to hear things like click and tumble, but you go to twist it and you meet a lot of resistance. It's probably been a long time since this thing was opened and it was a shitty lock.
All right.
So you've got it most of the way. You can keep fucking with it and try to kind of carefully muscle it.
All right, Anton. I actually made the mechanism release, but this thing's rusted.
I got this. I will, move aside and watch you on roll strength, stealth, or something.
Do a strength larceny. Why not?
Okay.
To kind of try to coax it.
I don't know if Iron Grip's going to come into this.
It will. And thankfully you didn't get too many successes because then you would have snapped the tool.
So is 1, 2, 3 successes.
Yeah, that is right under the threshold of potentially breaking it. So you kind of get in there and get a hold on it and manage to like get your fingers wrapped around it just so, and kind of it takes a couple little surges of energy, which are it's hard to do. It's hard to keep your grip, but with that specialty, yeah, you kind of jolt and finally get it to click open with a good strong twist.
Yeah, he'll open it slowly as possible. Letting Bill be the one like first to open the door as well. Like I imagine Bill, second Anton opens the door, the gun is raised. So that's it's kind of what's happening. Really, it's that slow. Like there we go.
Are we doing the classic cop gun and flashlight combo?
We are doing the classic Law and Order gun and flashlight combo.
Wunderbar.
Yeah, I'll let Bill go in first, and as Bill will go in, I will roll blur and stealth.
I'm the shining beacon that Marrow's bones will punch in the dick.
3 successes on the blur roll, and 3 successes on the stealth. Anton vanishes.
Yep, just put it in the side chat for me so don't forget.
Actually, blur. Let me double check because we got a reduction on the stealth. 4 successes.
All right, so I'm assuming the two of you ease in and carefully ease that door shut behind you.
Yes.
All right, so nix that overhead light, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the flashlight, though. And at least initially, this is the kind of thing you're going to walk up to. There's some essentially like lighter places, like essentially cleaner spots on the door where you imagine there used to be some signage up.
Okay. Letting Bill go first, I'll ping him to the link to make sure he knows that like I'm near enough so he doesn't freak the fuck out, essentially. Once we do that, however, Anton will just say which one you going for, left or right.
Fuck. Left.
Alright, I'll watch your back.
I really hope you do, because I'm kind of exposed out here. He said with the flashlight negating all possibility of stealth.
Oh yeah, no, I'm invisible, so I will follow up Bill from the behind.
All right, so you choose the left. You twist the handle. Very, very slowly. No, you can pop open the door. They're those obnoxious kind of weighted doors. You can kind of feel that resistance as you go to pull it open. It's essentially that idea that like once you let go, this thing's gonna slam shut unless you put out a hand to catch it. And with that, you open the door. You find what you imagine are the remains of like a break room. There's some really dilapidated furniture in here. There's an old unplugged mini fridge. There's some tables. There's even like one of those fold-out tables that someone was probably at one point using as like a TV stand. There's a couple DVDs still up there that you can tell nobody wanted. But you can do a scan around.
I will.
Give me that alertness.
Okay. Oh,
Perception, Bill.
that fail.
2.
And as if it needed to be said, you will be getting the wolf sight bonus the whole time you're in here, unless you get some like overhead lighting.
2.
All right. So, yeah, you scan around. It, like I said, looks like a a half-gutted, half-heartedly gutted break room. Like, someone probably took the stuff that was worth anything, but there's not a lot in here. The whole place has kind of a musty smell, thanks to this lovely carpet that's been left here this whole time. While there's a hole in one of the windows where someone threw something through it. In fact, oh, hey, look, a bunch of broken glass over there near the wall.
And the original brick.
And the original brick.
Yeah.
But yeah, the weather's been in. The place is smelling kind of,
Musky.
yeah, it's not good. But there is another door out. Off on basically, you're coming in. You turn to left to go in. There's the room, and then on the right side wall, there is another door.
Bill will slowly approach with his Bill gloves on.
Yep.
He puts on his bill gloves. His
I'm
larceny
creeping-
gloves.
And I'm creeping up behind him.
Then open the next door.
All right, this one opens outwards. And you will find yourself. Let's see if any of these pictures actually work for this.
And you'll find yourself at a clown park. That's what the fuck.
The whole pack's just right there. Right
Hello,
there.
Bill. Hello, Bill.
Well, I mean, not quite. I don't have anything especially apt for this. So essentially, what you're going to be opening into is obviously kind of like the front halls and what was probably the main walkways for this this complex. There is essentially another hall going around the opposite way. I should probably just open up paint or something, but basically imagine a giant, like, kind of squared U shape. You're coming in one hall. The front of the building is the top of that, well, I guess the bottom of that U shape. And there's another hall going back on the opposite side, mirrored. And in the center, I mean, you've got staircases on either side leading up. You're pretty sure. Go ahead and give me an alertness. Let's see how far you can see.
2.
How about you, Bill? Lots.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So, Anton, you can see pretty much you've got your hallway, and as you guys are easing up, you see like the near staircase. You can tell there's like the front entrance. There's a door there. There's kind of an open central area. Not sure where that goes. Bill, you can kind of make out the sheen of the reflection off of what's probably an old elevator door. And beyond that, probably whatever office there was for this complex. You can even see like the little mail slots and stuff off to one side. Opposite the elevator. But you've got 2 staircases going up. You've got another hall hooking back around. And then this central area, it's not that showy. Again, you see a little bit of tagging. Not a lot inside, really.
The pack link. All this will be in the pack link unless I say otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks like we found the lobby.
Yeah.
Do you want to go back around?
Let's look around to the office. See if we can spot any specific tags, maybe. Maybe they might conveniently mark where they're doing their things, but
Kind of weird if they did in the office, but I'll check it out.
just let's check the office first, and then we'll start going to floors. Let's take it nice and slow.
All right. Heading that way.
Yes.
You approach this this office. There is a door. Again, this is one of those big metal doors, kind of like the one that was outside. You can tell it is reinforced. And hilariously, while there are several places where there is damage, this had that's not glass. Those windows that someone can like teller through. That is, yeah, someone annoyed themselves by trying to break that and failing, and put some real oomph into it, but. Good to know. How far does that extend, Torno?
200 yards.
really far.
Yeah. A whisper catch is a baller gift.
600 fucking feet.
I think if I remember correctly, let me just double check on the gift thing. I remember it's fucking the range on this thing is insane. Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord.
Oh my god.
Just come on, Google Doc. Stop being a dick. Go to Shadow Lords. Fatal Flaw, Shadow Weaving, Whisper Catching. 200 feet. Sorry, 200 feet.
200 feet. Okay.
All
That's-
whispers within 200 feet are fully audible to the Shadow Lord, as if they are spoken clearly just next to her for the rest of the scene.
All right.
It's pretty. It's good. It's good range.
All right, buddy. So, Bill, while you're investigating this this big fucking metal door and this office, which, like, yeah, there's some tags on the not glass that people have tried to bust through, and there's clearly signs that someone tried to like throw shit through it, and it didn't work out. Maybe even tried to take a crowbar to it. There's some like discolored areas, you know, where there was obviously pressure applied, but it didn't give. But since someone decided to activate whisper catching, as soon as you do that, Anton, buddy, you hear like nasty rattling, kind of wet breathing right next to your ear.
Anton will freeze.
There's like some murmuring, but it's not words.
Anton freezes. He'll go, Bill,
Yeah.
I caught something.
Cool. I'm gonna keep acting like you didn't.
I mean,
Oh,
I
what did you
can't.
catch?
What does it sound like? Does it sound like wolf breathing? Like, you know,
No,
like
no.
hungry.
You know what? Give me an intelligence medicine or perception medicine.
Perception medicine. Okie dokie. Same dice pool anyway. Just a one success.
Perception. Ouchies.
Whew.
It's not that it sounds canine, it just sounds very like raspy, very wet, very kind of almost hear slurping noises. It's almost like someone was breathing with like a sucking chest wound or something. It sounds like that doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound like somebody's breathing properly. It sounds like a wound.
Oh. Well, you were talking. I thought somebody was watching
Yeah.
us. I didn't mean any disrespect.
No. Hang on. I'm gonna try and narrow. What direction do I hear from? Do I hear from the side, behind? Where am I hearing it? Because I know it's right next to me, but where exactly can I hear it from?
Let me look at how the gift is.
It just
Phrase?
says as if they're next to them. That's the thing. So
The only real directional thing I'll give you is it sounds almost like it's someone looming kind of over you. So maybe like right above one of your ears.
which ear?
We'll go with the left.
He'll go left side above. That's where it comes from. That's where it's coming from.
Well, if they're hurt, their condition might deteriorate, so we could head upstairs.
It's could be a trap too. So it's
Oh, believe you me, that's probably what this is.
all right. Just keep moving as if normal. Then I don't think it's something that you're meant to hear naturally.
Oh, it's a good thing. It's about time for me to move on. Better men than me have tried to get in this office.
Gives a nod. Well, I mean, Bill won't sense it, but yeah, Anton will start going towards the stairs. Probably moving a bit quicker because he's the one in blur.
All right.
It's hard to goddamn see.
You can move a little quicker, though you'll have to wait up for Bill since he has a flashlight.
I will.
So I guess you guys are heading for the left staircase?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys are moving across the floor, give me a quick wits check, Anton.
Still back. 3 successes.
Jesus. It takes you a minute, and it especially takes you moving around. But as you're moving, it kind of splits almost, that sound. And you realize it's not one person gasping rapidly, it's two different gasping breaths. One's a little quieter, maybe a little more distant, moves to sounding like it's just above you. The other one stays, louder and stays a little bit towards your left ear.
I'll probably will I realize it just as I reach like the top, like the bottom of the staircase.
Yep, probably.
He'll stop there just as Bill's coming up the flashlight, and he'll hear the bang. Whoa. Two
What's
voices.
Okay,
Two.
which one are we going for?
There's one that's far away. It's quieter. Was that far away on my left, Katie?
Basically, the one that sounds more distant sounds more like it's directly above you.
Okay. And the other one's like, again, same position.
And the other one's still offset a bit to the left.
It's right. The quiet voice is right above. This one's to the left. The other one.
Okay, well, there's another door that comes around the other side of this building that we're right near. So if that was a place to look on this floor, it'd be it.
I'll look above. You know what I mean? I'll just take a glance up, with kind of narrowing, trying to like key in on the voice almost.
They're both still above you. It's like they're looming right over your head. One is just offset a bit to the left and sounds like it's practically in your ear. The other one sounds a little more like it's standing up above your head.
We'll go up this flight. I think the first voice is here. It's right above us.
Okay, just keep in mind there's only so many times a day I can do my lay on hands.
It mightn't be them.
Fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. Just, it might not be them. And I'll start climbing the stairs.
Coming along, flashlight buddy?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get you guys some scenery change.
I'll give you guys some creepy music. Yes.
I've been listening to like Fallout snazzy music this whole time.
I've been listening to True Detective ambient fucking music.
That's because you hate yourself.
That's because I get in the mood for you. Actually, you know what? Let's get even creepier. Let's get even creepier, Kitty. There you go. Just for you. Just they're wrong.
You trying to trigger me, Torna?
I mean, I'm triggering myself by doing this. Second link.
There we go. All right. So you get to move up to the second floor. Where, go figure, in this apartment complex, there are a lot of apartments. What a lovely hallway.
Yay.
So this is what you see stretching before you. There is a little bit of an adjoinder, like sort of a hall between here and what you imagine is probably the top of the other staircase as you're panning the flashlight around. But this is what is directly in front of you as you come up the stairs.
Now, does the breathing change from above me?
Oh yeah. It's just right next to you. You can practically feel it against your ear.
Still on the left side. Is the one that was above me after altering now to the left side along with the other one? Or has it? Okay, so it's still above me.
So you've got one like right in your face, and you've got one looming right above your head. The problem is that it's kind of distractingly loud, and it gives you kind of a rough direction, but the one above you is starting to kind of interfere with the one ahead of you. Because they're getting kind of closer together, as it were, in orientation, it becomes harder to distinguish between one and the other.
He'll wince a bit and Bill will hear it. We're getting close. Jesus.
It is a horrible, like, wet sucking sound. It's not good.
Okay. I'm moving ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Fuck.
So are either of you? I know Anton is stealthing. Bill, are you still boldly striding?
I mean, Bill is literally carrying a fucking shoot me beacon in his hand.
You know what I'm gonna do for Bill?
What are you gonna do for Bill?
What I'm gonna double check because I have the thing here. Where's my gift list on this thing? Go to. What's your wits +4, Bill?
Bill's wits +4 is 8.
I fail. I tried to cast silence, but I just failed. But I can roll again. But that's what I'm gonna try to do for Bill as I'm coming up behind him.
Are you using silence or hush?
Hush, hush, hush.
Okay. Sadly, Bill is a very willful man. It doesn't
I can
quite stick.
I can have a let her go.
Nah, it's one of those things where Bill has to choose between like being fucking blind or being stealthy, and he has chosen, or you know what I mean.
Yep.
Like, and he has chosen to go out in front of you and be the fucking eyes here, because you said you'd cover him.
Yep, I got him. When we get down to a portion of the hallway, I'll try to activate Hush again for Bill.
All right,
Yeah,
so we're
it's fine.
advancing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's some telltale kind of creaking. It's an old building, and with windows shot out, it's slowly weathering. But I mean, it feels stable, just creaky and
Eerie.
yeah, not pleasant. So you advance down this dark hallway. How are you responding as you pass open and closed apartment doors?
Oh,
We're
checking.
gonna look in.
Yeah, do the classic like one person
No
leans
surprises.
one way. Yeah, pretty much doing the classic cop thing where they kind of scoop up against the door and poke their heads in, doing that like, whoo.
All right, so you start clearing apartments. Come to the first, kind of stack up next to it. Are you just doing the whip around with the flashlight? Like how are you doing this?
He'll come through with the flashlight, check the room.
Are you actually entering to clear the whole thing?
Yes.
All right. Give me Bill, as you're clearing the thing, you've got the flashlight. Anton, are you sticking pretty close to him?
Sticking pretty close, kind of mainly doing kind of that cover thing. Like Bill's in there checking. I'm just probably to see where that door is. Probably just checking down the hallways. Doing the you know what I mean, covering each other essentially.
So you're not following him in. You're actually staying by the door.
I'm staying by the door. I can peek my head over and see where Bill is.
Oh
But
yeah,
I'm
I mean,
mainly
there's a
checking the
big
hallways.
flashlight. You can see
Yeah,
exactly where he is.
I'm mainly covering the doorway just in case something does try come in and bushwhack Bill. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing.
All right, Bill, you get to walk around someone's old abandoned apartment. This is fairly small, a little one bedroom. But as you're scanning around, it's about what you'd expect from a gutted apartment. No furniture really to trip over. Initially, it's pretty dark, most of its interior. So there'll be a. Excuse me. As you advance through whatever living area, pan over, you can see kind of a counter, and past it is probably where the kitchen was. Can go back past that, and there's, a bathroom and a bedroom. All pretty simple layout. Would you like to roll alertness?
Sure.
Can I roll alertness, Katie?
You ready to do this several dozen times per floor?
For the moment, I will do Bill first since he's actually in the apartment. Since you're in the hallway.
1.
Damn, Bill. Fuck.
Nothing especially of note. It's a gutted apartment. I mean, on the bright side, there's nobody in here. That's nice. It's always nice when walking through abandoned buildings.
Yeah, the fun part is we're gonna be fucking doing this every single door.
Yep.
Nobody in here, so nothing of interest. Bill will finish and go out and get ready to do it again.
Yep. There's some suspect stains, not like blood suspect, just gross.
Yep.
But,
nope. No, thank you. Nope. Don't need to investigate that. No, we're good. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Yep. And so you can kind of pan back out into the hall. And I assume you guys will be repeating this every.
Yep. Oh yeah. Everything. I'm gonna try do the hush thing on Bill again. If that's okay, Katie.
Yes. BRB a second.
I did it.
Just a rife.
Right.
Just hose down, Torna.
Yeah.
We're both gonna need to
Oh
have
my
Heidi
God.
dump a bag of delousing powder on us. Just stand out there with the hose.
Like from fucking Pulp Fiction.
Yes. Except she's having way too much fun hosing us down. It's stopped being professional from the start. She especially just shoots Bill in the fucking face with that hose. Like, Bill, what do you do for a living? I'm independently wealthy. Which is true. Well, what do you do with your time? Nothing.
Nothing.
I congratulate myself on being rich.
I just take showers in my money.
Given how many apartments that Bill maintains, yeah, he does take showers in his money.
You ever have a money shower on top? It's the greatest feeling in the world.
It's where I just go to each of my apartments and take a shower in them and leave.
All right. We return to Spoopy Hallway, the spoopening. Okay. So you head out, and I assume you're just continuing down the hall, repeating this process?
Yes, I got 2 successes for Hush on L Bill.
And it's how long per turn? Or how long per
2
success?
A success stalls the target for 1 turn, preventing the target from communicating verbally. Although other forms of communication, such as sign language or writing, are still possible.
So hey,
Oh,
Bill,
actually, it was reduced to diff by 1 for a pack-mate. So wait a second. No, it doesn't matter. Still 2.
that is good to know.
It is.
But yeah, so Bill, for a little bit at least, you can I mean, especially if Anton's letting you know, you can do a little more and not have to worry about making any noise.
Yeah, he'll let know Bill exactly know what he's doing. Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Yes.
All right. So you guys can repeat this process, and I'll say with Hush, you get the next apartment kind of cleared out with Bill being able to move a little faster, making no noise. It's a little bit quicker process.
Now here's the thing: as we're moving around, what are these sounds? Are they changing, or what's happening? Do I hear anything else?
It's for now. It's just that nasty, wet, thick breathing every as you move. And Bill dives into the second apartment. You stay in the hall, kind of glancing around, and like one of them just gives this really. I mean, they kind of gasp in the breaths, and one of them does an especially high pitched gasp. And again, it feels like it should be like right in your fucking face.
Winces.
This is pretty slow going.
Yeah, and that voice is getting much more fucking. Oh, Jesus.
Well, unless you've got a pinpoint to shoot me at.
No, not yet. We're close, though.
Oh. Here comes this next fun door.
Yep.
And some of them are closed. I assume you're just going to try to open them.
Yeah.
I will say the third is locked.
Jeez, open seal, you're fucking me for too many times in this game. It's the exact same roll as last time. Like, pound for pound. Fuck. Screw you, open seal.
Cursed city.
Yeah.
Look, we'll know which ones we had to pass over, but it's easier if we just go down the line.
Yeah, I know.
And we continue.
All right. So you get to go through a series. So Bill, as you go for the next door, you try the handle. And I mean, you're getting down the hall. There's good gaps between them because there's room for, various rooms and whatnot. As you're getting, well along, you try the fourth handle. It turns. Open the door, and I want you to make me a quick I guess it would technically be like a wits athletics.
All right. Let me look and see what my wits specialty is. If Roll20 would let me scroll down. Roll20, don't be like this.
No scrolling.
Not going to help. But it's still a fairly decent dice pool. 1.
It's just enough. Basically, you open the door, and you realize that you bump into something, and you feel it give almost immediately, like it's toppling. So, Bill, you managed to pull just barely some ninja shit and kind of whip yourself, like still holding the handle, use it as a fulcrum, and like whip around the door. And just before this, like, dilapidated fucking lamp falls off, the desk that was kind of bumped up there, you managed to catch it like inches from the floor. At least slow its descent, so it doesn't make a loud crashing noise.
Bill just like looks back at where he imagines Anton to be and is like,
Shit.
it just that's it the rest of the way down, like, oh.
Oh,
Somebody tried to barricade themselves in here.
That could have been fucking tragic.
Oh yeah, I would have just said fuck it after that and started kicking all the doors open.
Yep.
All right.
Now, Katie, do I hear anything else? All things Bill's snooping in?
Thankfully he made the save, so no. It's still
Okay.
just nasty. One of them rattles especially hard.
All right, let's go.
Sick kind of sucking rattle. As Bill eases in, and yeah, Bill, buddy, there's a lot more furniture for you to dodge in here, but you'll have a flashlight.
Yep. Yeah, whoever it was determined that nobody was coming in. Not that it did him much good.
That's comforting.
Yeah, if it was this easy for me to get in, somebody's already been. Just didn't bother resetting much. Let's take a look around. That or they used like a fire escape or some shit. I don't see anybody yet.
Nope. Bill, you can give me. I'll call it a perception investigation to kind of put pieces together.
Okay. Three.
Yeah, you're looking around, and the door is unlocked, so I mean. And the door jamb doesn't look damaged, so it must be fairly old. It doesn't look like someone, you know. It doesn't look like the door was ever blasted open, you know? But somebody did at some point have a bunch of stuff against that door, and to be fair, some of it's been tugged away. You just happened to open the door enough to bump one of the desks that had been tugged away a little bit.
Alright. No sign of forced entry from the door. Whoever it was might have just pulled some of this back enough to get out of it instead of fully undoing the barricade.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Alright, let me just take a quick look around and see if I can find anybody.
You take a quick look around. The place is abandoned. There are other pieces of furniture. But in the end, yeah, you find a bed frame, but the mattress has been, no, the mattress is still there. The door's fucking barricaded, so fuck it. But, like, the sheets have been pulled off. You're not finding, like, towels and stuff left behind. You're just finding furniture. Maybe a few odd pieces of clothes. Someone really didn't want to move out.
Yeah, this just looks like a regular forced eviction.
Oh boy.
Nothing special. On to the next.
Yep.
Alright, so many of these will end up much the same. As you guys are going along, checking doors, easing into ones that are open, carefully now opening ones that are not locked. Bill, I know that you are using a flashlight, but I still want you to give me a stealth check to see how quiet you're staying as you're going through this.
Alright, that's something I can do.
And you have minus, well, the shadow bit will not save you from making noise, sadly.
Fair enough, but I have my own silence gift that gives me 2 more dice.
There you go.
3.
That is not bad. Let's see if anything hears you. Because with Anton, they really ain't got a chance. So, as you continue along, let's see. Nope, so far you are clear. It just stays the same obnoxious rattling for Anton's sake. But as you go apartment to apartment, I'm going to have Bill make another kind of wits athletics roll as you find another kind of room where someone was clearly kind of forcefully evicted and not a big fan of it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh no.
Total failure.
So everything seems, I mean, not fine. Everything's kind of awful. But as you're kind of going through this room, Bill, you're kind of not around the living room. You got to step into the bedroom, and some asshole has done a thing. You step on a nail.
Oh.
If you would like, you can roll your willpower to see if you can keep unfortunate noises in your body. Or you can spend a willpower if you would like.
Silent screaming into the void.
I will spend the willpower.
All right, then you don't have to roll.
Oh. You give me a second. Is what you're gonna do.
Wait, what the fuck did you do?
I stepped on a nail.
Oh.
It is in me. I'm gonna reach down and pull it out.
It's pretty attached to the floor there, bud. You could yank your foot up real fast. It's just one of those things where every time you nudge your foot the slightest bit, it's like, that's definitely in there.
Here's the best part. He lifts his foot because he's gonna pull the nail out, and inadvertently,
yeah, it yanks itself out. Probably a little slower than you might have done if you knew if it was going to stay on the floor.
Oh, cock, balls.
Bill makes the Bill paid faces.
And essentially, you can, I'm going to have you essentially narratively take a point of lethal, just because that was getting stabbed in the bottom of the foot, and that sucks.
Give me a second. Give me a second, Anton. Give me a second as he goes to Glabber. You just give me a second in here with my pain.
Glance out the hallway, because it's like shit, look, you know.
Okay, I'm better. He goes back down to Ahmed.
All right. And so he's kind of griping in the link, and that on top of the breathing, Anton, it's really distracting. The problem is, like, you've got him going fuck, 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 and you've got these voices like kind of rasping and rattling and making just disgusting wet noises in your ears. And one of them finally kind of sharply gasps in, pants out, and starts, I mean, I guess you could call it a snuffling sound. It just starts it almost sounds like it's hyperventilating. It starts very quickly, like intake, outtake of breath, kind of gasping it in.
So going like that type of shit?
No, not really, because it's not as contained like that. It almost sounds like someone is open mouth, kind of wetly hyperventilating. Just imagine really, really excited, rapid mouth breathing. That's kind of what it sounds like.
So as Bill's like, Anton, you just hear his voice go, shh, Bill.
What?
Don't move.
Okay.
It heard you. Now I can smell the blood.
Great.
And it's hard to tell where, because either way it's very much in front of you, but it's like maybe it's moving.
I mean, I can try and listen to see if it is. I can hear anything moving.
Here's the thing, buddy. You're kind of at a disadvantage with these noises.
I do have the concentration, man.
Okay, then I will let you try. Good man. Good pick.
I know, Katie. And I got I don't know what my diff is, but at least got 3 successes if it's diff 8.
That's pretty fucking impressive right there. Yeah, you start hearing something like down Down near the end of the hall where you see another set of staircases. Just barely. Like, you can tell, like, one of the doors to an apartment is open and some tiny bit of, like, street light is getting through. So you can kind of see the bottom of a step there. But you hear something down at that end of the hall. Some, like, kind of a little bit of a shuffle.
He'll crouch down by the door, like, just lean down and stare out the hallway, and as Bill doesn't move, you just hear Anton's voice, like a ghost nearly. It's down the hallway.
All right.
Let it come to us.
Just keep in
Like a
mind
place to hide.
we start shooting, and we're gonna have to wrap this up quick.
No. Don't shoot a goddamn thing. Let it come to us. Switch off your flashlight and pick a place to hide.
Bill will do that, and we'll go to
Anton
Glabro because fuck it.
Anton will just slowly creep back into the room like the eerie fuck that he is and just hover. Watching. Waiting for it to come in the doorway.
I was gonna say, are you guys going to close the door, or are you going to do anything else?
No, I'm gonna leave it wide open.
Alright, which side of the door are you on?
Which side is the door frame? Like the actual door, you know? Like which side did it open at where so the door is like covering it essentially? Like, you know when you open the door and there's a side where you can like step behind the door almost?
The side with the door on it is opposite. Like, if it came down the hallway and turned to face in, actually, I guess from your perspective from the inside, the door is on your right.
I'm gonna go on my left and just stack up right against the wall. Take it like an extra shuffle of a couple of paces so if it does stretch its hand out, it won't immediately touch me.
Okay. So up in the direction it's coming from.
Yes.
All right. So, Bill, are you stashing yourself?
If
Bill opens up a fucking drawer and just climbs in.
All right. I'm assuming you're turning off the flashlight, and please give me a stealth roll at -1 diff.
okay,
Because you get your silence, buddy, and your shadow weaving.
That's what the -1 diff is.
yeah,
Shadow
3.
weaving. All right. So you are tucked. Anton is sort of tucked, but he's already a ninja.
I got blur active. Find me, bitch. Do you know what I mean? That's Anton's logic. I got a hot dice. I got a hot roll of myself and blur.
All right, let's see if I have a nice doorway here. I don't think I do, which is unfortunate because that would be cinematic as fuck. But that's okay. I have other things to give you because I'm a very giving person. So you have no light. So Anton, I want you to make me essentially that alertness check to try to see this thing coming out of the dark.
I'm gonna drop a fucking willpower on this because 2 successes.
Oh boy.
Yay! I see it.
I mean, you might have regrets, buddy. You might have 1 or 2 regrets.
Do I?
I mean, do you?
Oh, hello. Oh, Jesus.
It's moving in kind of intermittent things that make you kind of feel for a second like you might have lost it. Because you'll hear a little bit of movement and then silence. And then you hear the breathing the whole time. It's like right around you. But it's still the excited little like huffs and puffs and kind of sharp, rapid, kind of gasping noises. And then like a rapid bit of shuffling and a pause. And finally, it's kind of lurching and you can just barely catch sight of it since you're tucked around the door jamb. You just kind of see like the one hand hovered off to the side with like kind of fleshy, dripping. Oh, that is. I mean, even only seeing the hand, that is gross. There's little strings of like melty flesh bits. It's ugh.
Jesus fuck.
And it pauses, and I mean, you can kind of tell it's swaying there for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: when it moves again, first off, Bill, where are you hidden? Are you like tucked in the bathroom, in the bedroom? Did you find a closet? I mean, what are you doing?
Probably crammed into the room where he impaled his foot.
Are you like tucking yourself into the closet, or are you just kind of like stuffed in a corner?
Stuffed in a corner.
So here's the great thing for both of you. When it finally moves again, Anton, it is so fucking fast. You're like poised at the door, you're ready for it, and then kind of with a burst of speed that's more classical to you guys, it lunges into the room with this kind of spidery scrabbling, like all fours, limbs kind of quirking out at odd directions, and scrambles like something out of a horror movie rapidly through the room, down the hall, and then just lurches itself up over the spot where there's the blood.
Oh, Bill.
So it like just suddenly, Bill, it is just like boop, it's in the doorway. That was fast.
All Anton will say is, don't move. Watch.
Uh-huh.
Don't move.
Uh-huh.
So Bill, how hard are you committing to not moving?
I'm committed.
Are you doing anything in particular to cut any and all noise you might make?
Well, for one, I'm not moving.
That does help significantly, yes.
Defensive farting.
Please defensively fart. I would die.
For one. For two, I am breathing less. And for three, I'm not shitting myself.
Are you just trying to breathe very quietly, or are you holding your breath when that thing comes into the room?
Very quietly.
What I'm going to do, Katie, I'm not going to creep up on it, no. I'm going to get a better view of what it's doing. Just going to shuffle my way very quietly along so I get a nice, clean view of how it's sniffing, what's it doing with the blood. What exactly is it doing?
I mean, it's excited. That darting, like scrambling.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. I'm studying it.
Let's first see if it catches Bill, which will be harder, but not impossible. So you had how many successes, Bill?
Like 3, I want to say.
I'm going to say 3 on your stealth, okay? And its diff will go up a little bit because you are being very, very quiet. Thankfully, it does not seem to be able to tell that you are there.
Glorious.
It's alright, it's all in the link.
What have you done? Oh my god. I don't even like you right now. So both of you get to watch as it lurches in and stops right over that nail. And it bends down and it continues to do more of that huffing, kind of feathery, fast, really wet, kind of mouth breathing noise.
I'm going to fatal flaw it. I want to learn more about it.
Do it.
It is perception, empathy, and the targets is its wit subterfuge.
Very good question. I don't think this thing has much of subterfuge, so I'm not going to lie to you. So,
I got 9, 6, 10, 7, 4, 2.
Let me look at your roll here. Just in the interest of not making it too easy, I will call that 3 successes.
Okay.
Damn it, Bill. All right, and remind me what all that gives you besides a bonus.
Successes grant the guru an extra dice of damage during combat with the target. Additional successes grant knowledge on further weaknesses, but not more dice.
Well, I will definitely give you what you've already kind of figured out. It's definitely blind. I mean, you can't see any eyes on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, weaknesses. Something already that disfigured probably can take a lot of damage and stay alive, considering it doesn't look like it should physiologically be alive already.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very possible that things like burning, things like acids, things that would kind of fuck up its entire world would work. Couldn't
Okay.
say for like poisonous gas or something like that, but something that
Okay.
could further degrade it, like
Yep.
wholesale.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
No.
Bill feels the pulse of Anton Lane going. Where are you exactly in that room?
I am directly across from it.
Okay. I'm gonna start baiting it. When I do, it's gonna move fast. I want you to come out the room. I want you to be as quiet as you can. Okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
Alright. Anton will creep out to the hallway again. I imagine I couldn't be quiet unless you want me to roast dead again, kitty butt.
I mean, you haven't broken your stealth yet,
I will
so
be
you can creepy creep.
I will walk back down the way we came
Mm-hmm.
into one of the open rooms. You know that lamp that Bill knocked over?
Yeah.
I will like a cat. Oh. Do you know what I mean?
All right. What are you doing as soon as you knock it over? Like, are you going to knock it over and just stand there?
No, because that would break my stealth, wouldn't it?
I mean, it's not there to see you do it, but it's a better chance that it'll erode your stealth, yes.
I'm going to back right into the corner. Like right in. Not where I dropped the lamp, for the furthest corner. And rely on scent of running water, my blur again, and if you need me to reroll stealth, I will.
No, because it's normally I would, but the thing is, there's no one there to see what you're doing. There's just a noise. So as long as you are concealed by time it gets there,
oh yeah, definitely,
you're fine.
Yeah. I'll just literally I envelop myself into the fucking shadows and just watch.
And Bill Buddy, it is one of those things where like down the way you can barely hear the sound of that fucking lamp crashing over to the ground. And the thing twitches its head up, gives a couple excited gasping noises, and just it is snap gone as fast as one of you guys can move. Skitters out, pauses in the hallway, gasps a couple times, and then another whoosh, and you're not hearing anything. What you gonna do, Bill?
Do what Anton told me to do and try to creep out of the room.
Would you like to maintain your current stealth roll?
Sure.
All right. Then yeah, you can do the creep a creep. Where you going?
Out of the room and away from it, further down the hall.
All right. Anton, buddy.
Yes.
As you might expect, this thing is very rapidly in the room. And it does something that's kind of distressing. So it whips into the room a couple steps, pauses, lurches to its full height, kind of cants the head, And the excited gasping just sucks in and stops. As the head just kind of slowly twists around Anning.
Anton, I fucks the shit out of that thing. Staring right at it, not moving, not breathing, not anything. From the shadows.
All right, and you can hold your breath for a surprising amount of time as Guru, really, when it translates out to Stam. So you catch the breath, and it does its best to kind of search for any stray noises. And when, after a good, I'd say good slow count of 10, it hears nothing, begins to kind of lurch down, pawing around, eventually finding like the broken ceramic pieces, kind of sifting through them, and starts kind of clambering over some of the furniture, essentially looking for the source of the change.
I will take that moment to exit the room.
All right.
As I do, I'll just say, where are you?
I'm a few feet up the hall, opposite direction.
Alright, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead
walk
and
to the
roll for
stairs.
it, just to be fair.
Yeah,
Does not catch you.
He's got +3 diff to get.
Oh, I
find me.
know. It's just fair for me to roll.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just making sure you're aware. That's all. That's all, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's by smell, he's got a fuck off diff to find me. Do you know what I mean? Anton's just gonna say, go to the stairs down the hall. I'll tell you when I'm there. Be quiet. It's sniffing.
Okay.
If it comes up at you, exploit its blind spot. And look for anything that can damage its skin.
So Bill heads towards the stairs.
All right. I assume Anton's following. Maybe.
Yeah, naturally.
All right, Bill. Are you gonna re-engage your flashlight?
Yeah, it's blind. So
So yeah, you re-engage your flashlight. You do not eat shit when you hit the bottom of the stairs, and you continue up to the second floor. So the second floor is a lot more of the same. For Anton's sake, the breathing is obviously shifted some. Now this one is in your face, and there's one. It sounds like it's just under your chin, like almost like it should be heavy breathing on your neck.
Who? Let Bill know. We've got a second one.
hooray!
Let me go ahead. I'll find it. You take room to room. Be very, very quiet.
You got it.
I'll start walking ahead. Of course, not like just skipping down the hallway like la la la. No, naturally, like being stealthy is all shit. You know what I mean?
As all shit you say.
That's all shit, Katie.
All right. So I assume you're just going to try to orient on the noise and follow it?
Yeah.
That is a thing you can do. Give me... I guess wits alertness? Or...
Sure. Yeah, what's alertness is fine. I can
Yeah,
do
to
that.
follow it.
I got a fuck ton of pennies from Crow though. Jesus. Extra 2 dice. I'm assuming quick thinking actually applies to this, Katie?
No.
No, I'm just double checking. Then it is 2 successes.
2 is still successes. So as Bill starts kind of the usual, like checking through carefully these rooms, you go ahead and head down the hallway, and essentially you're using your whisper catching, to kind of shift and try to keep it in front of you.
Yep.
So eventually you come down and you find a connecting hall in the middle. Essentially, like, as if halfway down this hallway, there's a hall connecting this to another perpendicular hall, like a big H shape. So you get kind of to the
Okay.
bridge of the H, and the thing is kind of shifted enough that you turn down that, start creeping down there, and partway down that, there you kind of pause, kind of take it in, and finally just kind of creep a glance down the hall, and give me the alertness to see how much you can make out there, buddy.
Perception?
Yes.
I'm assuming it's a raised diff, but that's still 4 successes.
Very nice. So on this floor, good sir,
I'm gonna add some more creepy music for Anton being a fucking pure creep. Oh, is it, does it look exactly like that in the picture?
pretty much, yeah.
And is it like, with the way the posture and everything, is it like up against the wall and shit?
No, it's not making that exact pose.
Oh, I was going to say that is so fucking metal. What? Jesus.
It's not up against the wall. It's a very similar pose. It's not like come at me. If anything, it's kind of got the arms splayed out, like it's basking. It has the head turned up, making it hard to see what features it does and doesn't have, really. But it's just kind of like it's just kind of enjoying itself. It's just basking in something. It's not sunlight, I'll tell you that. Not in these halls.
It's worshipping something.
And you know, because you have concentration, buddy, I'm gonna go ahead and give you another alertness check.
Okay. I don't know what the diff is.
You're good. What are your specialties?
I don't have any specialties in alertness or perception.
It's a shame. All right, so I'll give you 2.
Yes.
Because 10 and when yeah. So it's almost impossible to hear under all the nasty, wet, sucking breathing. But you do hear something up above you. And it's muted, like as if someone was, like, I don't know, hiding behind their hands. And it's just the weakest, most worn out and desperate kind of, like, not even sobbing breaths, just almost as if the person's too exhausted to cry properly. It's just barely there.
There's someone here. I think I found someone, Bill.
Interesting.
No. It's looking above it and it's basking in it. It's like it's worshipping it. Worshipping her pain. Their pain.
Fuck.
It's a big humanoid thing. Oh,
This is
Not
looking
issue.
more and more like we're gonna have to fight our way out.
let's come up slowly. It's too busy concentrating on the pain. I'm gonna see if I can get closer to that voice.
All right, I'm with you.
Now it's above me, right? That sobbing, yes, Katie?
Oh
You
yeah,
said?
it's up above, and it's like I said, it's almost like as if the person was hiding their face in their hands. It's kind of muted, so you get the impression it's good and up there, maybe.
And this thing is just
Like,
standing there, arms splayed, like worshipping it, essentially,
yeah,
from what I can
just.
tell.
I mean, yeah,
May I make an occult? May I make an occult roll on that?
you can.
Intelligence, I'm assuming.
Yes.
9, 8, and 8. 3.
All right, so that's a decent roll, and you have some pretty solid prior experience. That's probably some kind of Fomori, and because you know that Fomori are created via like a bond to some sort of spirit, it's very possible that whatever kind of like nasty wormish thing is connected to this person is maybe either something that was like a type of pain spirit, a type of suffering spirit. Like you can't be sure exactly what detailed aspect, but essentially it's just very deeply attuned with something to do with this person up there.
It's like a hybrid, Bill. It's a Fomori. Probably a person bonded with some sort of spirit of misery or decay or pain. So in essence, it draws its energy off what's happening to that person up there.
So I want you to bear with an amateur theory here. If that person up there is our boy wasn't doing well before. He is now likely doing less well.
No, this is not him, I don't think. The scent's too tired. This person's on their last legs. Did that crying sound male or female, Katie?
That's a very hard call when it comes down to barely any voice left. It's kind of hoarse. It's very hard to distinguish.
That this might not be him. It could be. But it might
What do you
not
want
be.
to do?
I'm gonna check the voice out. Come up slowly. It's above us. So come,
All
just
right.
keep going the stairs. Don't go down this hallway. That's where it is.
Got it.
Oh yeah, I'll look for the stairs.
I mean, if nothing else, there's the stairs that you and Bill came up initially. You could just return to those.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, you can back down that adjoining hallway and back towards where you left Bill. I assume Bill's coming out of whatever apartment he's in and just going back to the staircase.
Yep.
I
Like
mean,
I would have,
Anton, I'm gonna assume
I would
that
have
you
shown,
essentially.
I
Sorry.
would have shown Bill in the link what Anton was seeing as well, because he can do that. So Bill would have seen what I'm looking at through my eyes, because you can do that in link, can't you?
Essentially, I'm gonna filter it a little and say that basically it's not gonna be perfect. It's not a live
Yeah.
stream, but you are seeing it and then essentially conveying what you saw the best that you can.
Yeah. So Bill has a basic idea of what Anton is seeing, and like so it's Bill's completely in the loop. As I head up the stairs, I'll take the lead and let Bill creep up behind me.
All right. I assume you're just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, just up and up and up. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you continue up and up and up, bypassing several floors. This isn't the tallest apartment complex, so it won't be forever ever. But eventually you'll hit the top of the stairs and hit come on now. Your spook folder. You hit essentially kind of I mean, it's funny because it seems like up and up until you've like fiddled your way through old maintenance doors, Like you do things to get up where this crying's come from, to the point where like you're heading through something about like this. Like I'm talking veritable crawl space. Until finally you end up here. Now, are you guys just walking in, flashlight and all? What are you doing? Like, as you get close enough to that, I mean, eventually one or the other of you will pick up the soft, like, just horrible, despairing noises.
You, Anton, and do Bill for Anton. I'll go in first. Make sure it's not, I don't know if there's anything there. When I say it's safe, come in.
All right.
Anton will just slide his way in like a wraith, like a wraith.
All right, are you maintaining your stealth?
Yes. Oh yes.
You find this kid up there.
Oh God, it's Edward Furlong. Anton will take careful steps in.
And I mean, you hear mumbling now and again. It doesn't make sense. Most of it is things like, I've just have to go through and out the other side, and it'll be fine. I'll finally be fine.
I'm a sense worm, this kid. I got 2 9s. I got a 9 and a 10, Katie. I don't know why I'm whispering, but it seems to be more fitting.
It's because we're both squeezing diamonds out of our ass door.
Yeah.
There's been some intervention that means that there's a lot of like nasty clingy shit. There's probably some in his system, but it's not the same as looking at a Bane. It's not the same as looking at like.
Here's the perspective. Is this bad enough that even cleansing won't save him?
That is a hard call. I'll put it that way.
And he's talking about then we're gonna go in and go through the.
It's one of those things. The idea, in fact, it'll kind of resonate with the kind of things you saw before. It's like, you just got to push through this, man. You just got to, get through it and come out the other side, and everything will be fine. Talking about like the depressive episodes. So he's there, and his voice is hoarse. I mean, you can see on his face he's exhausted, and he's just up there, kind of clinching like that, and just trying to coax himself through it. But he's not in good shape, and yeah, there's enough taint that it would be a bitch. It could kill him trying to fix it, but he could also pull through. You've pushed people through it that have been pretty bad before.
But that's what I mean. Is this is worse than say like fucking Hazel or the girls we found?
It's up there about where Hazel was pinging when you found her after her mystery wake up in a fucking hut in the woods. Like it's not good.
He's heavily worm tainted.
I'm gonna lay this out for you, Anton. Whatever call you make, I'm with you. We now have a runaway who's half out of his gourd and might not want to come with us. We have to go back through multiple floors that probably have at least 3 for more guarding them.
I know.
The veil's an issue. This kid's an issue. What do you want to do?
I'll snap the kid's neck.
Gonna try to just come around and snap his neck?
I mean, he's not gonna fucking hear me. He'd be so careful, delicately coming up right behind him.
I want to be an asshole. I'm debating. Give me a strength roll. Let's see if you can make it clean.
Thankfully, I've got a fucking decent pool for this.
I mean, usually you do this in Krynos when it's easy and there's no finesse involved. When you're in Hamid, there's particular ways you can do it, or you can just cripple him horribly.
Please tell me that I get like a bonus on diff as well, because I am coming right up behind him. Stealth.
It's not you trying to land an attack.
Okay,
It's
then
just
it's one success then.
Here's the irony. You come up and you go to grab and to do this real fast, but again, you're so used to doing this, in Krynos, where it's easy. You don't need any finesse, you don't need anything, you just kind of crunch and it's over. But you grab him and you start to wrench, and maybe it's just that he has a really good reaction time. But
Yep.
he kind of thrashes just the right way to fuck with your grip. See, you can't just dispense him all at once.
I'll clamp
But
my hand over his mouth. Yep. Fly fast as lightning.
I mean, you hear the kind of the sharp gasp of surprise, but you can, you're right there on top of him. You can slap a hand over his mouth. And he just stares at you kind of wide-eyed. There's like a little bit of like shoving and squirming, but like not.
I will put my hand, the hand that I have wrapped around him, put the fingers along the throat. I will spend the rage. And what does my fingers turn into when I'm in Krynos?
So you're essentially pointing them right into his fucking neck.
Throat, and just letting the shift do the work for me.
Oh yeah. Here's give me a perception empathy, Anton, because I bet you money you're staring right at his face when you do it.
Yep. I get 1.
You only need 1. It's funny because you snap up into that form, and yeah, there's obviously going to be the cloud of terror bubbling up. But the claw dispenses him so fast. And it's funny because as soon as it starts digging in, as soon as he feels the pain, as soon as he realizes he's dead, he looks so relieved. For just that split second before he is gone. It's just this kind of horrifying thing that stands out. He just looks so thankful, so relieved, and then, the eyes are glazed.
It's done.
There's just stunned silence from Bill.
Bill, I'll let you make a P&E2 if you like.
Yeah. All right. 4.
Yeah, for 4, maybe it's the fact that he barely fights back. Maybe it's the fact that he just kind of limply accepts it. Maybe it's the straight razor he drops, but either way, yeah, there's just no fight in him. He just, again, it's the weirdest thing. He just seems to welcome it. And Anton, buddy, those things down in the halls, they let out the most just fucking borderline orgasmic sort of sighs.
Oh, I'm taking a rage. Oh, fuck me. I spent a willpower.
Good
Oh,
plan.
God. So when he hears that, he just stands up very coldly, drops the kid. You know, his hands shake. Not with sadness, with rage. Cleanse that body. I'm gonna go downstairs. And I'm gonna make that thing fucking scream.
Yeah, I'll handle it. Charisma, rituals, spend the willpower. Fuck it.
Do it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, some of the pooling blood that comes out goes kind of gross. He looks a little less sallow. I mean, before he goes completely pale, blood loss. But yeah, cleansing. Good job. You're in an attic.
Bill doesn't say anything.
So the important question, besides angry, is how you guys feel right now in character.
Vengeful.
More than that, on a personal, deep down level, how's Anton feeling right now? That stuff that he's shoving under the rage and under the thirst for vengeance.
He hates this, man. That's basically it. He hates this. Even the way Bull looks at him, the way the kid looked at him. He hates this.
All right, Bill Buddy. Because personal emotional state will affect things.
Bill's too just disconnected at this point. Like, I'm sure he'll feel other things after, but it's just shock because they went to all this effort to get this kid, and Anton just fucking killed him.
Shock is a viable answer for the moment.
Like, I'm sure we'll reach anger. We're guru. But it's just
anger.
Yeah. And Anton's quicker into anger than Bill is right now. Bill mostly deals with dead people. The passage of life into death is something a little stranger for him because all of his experience with death thus far has been in the heat of combat. That's not what this was.
I mean, I'll give you this, Bill, old buddy, old pal, because you're a weirdo. Ironically, for all the suffering that the kid was apparently going through, the fact that he was so willing to accept, he actually moves on. He doesn't seem to leave anything behind.
Yeah.
Bill's relieved.
Oh.
Yeah, the kid just moves on. There's no anchor left.
Oh, thank fuck.
Now, ironically, you have a Krynos Anton that's going to have to pass through a very small door.
Oh no, I don't go into Krynos when I'm at the small door. Jesus Christ, that's impractical. I'm gonna
wait
that
you're in Krynos and you've got your little march going and you're like, fuck, tiny door.
No.
Right.
I get down those fucking stairs and I'm going to Mr. Worshiping Man, and that's when I take Krynos.
All right, let's go make a mess.
I'm gonna burn this fucking building down.
What do you want to do with the body? We're gonna have to give that girl an answer, Anton.
I don't know yet.
Well, first things first. Let's go kill the worm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Anton's just running down those stairs like a fucking demon. I will not even spend the rage. I'll roll Primal Urge, and he's that angry. I'm not wasting this.
I'll spend the rage. I don't know about you.
Are you going to Krynos too, Bill?
Yep.
You guys are just thundering down.
Yep. Anton runs down the stairs
Fuck
and he
it.
comes up into Krynos. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, on the bright side, these things are, I mean, they can hear you now. And so, I mean, one comes running, the other you can hear scrambling delightedly up the stairs. So first,
Initiative.
yes, as you go apeshit bananas.
Oh, Jesus.
Warrior gods.
fucking that's all just go into fucking death mode essentially. Jesus Christ.
Hold on, I got something for this.
Jesus, guys. Think you rolled high enough? On the amusing side, this guy just got a buff. So,
Yes.
I will give him a good pull too. Why not? Doesn't save him, but he's got a good pull.
It doesn't matter for the fucking hurricane that's coming down those fucking stairs.
What have you put in here? I accept this. All right. This thing comes running out to meet you. It just throws itself gleefully in. Does not give a fuck. So,
I dropped 2 rage.
do it to it.
3. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aggravated damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah, bite. All right, we're gonna give this guy a decent soak pool. Yeah, fuck it. You can wear him down over time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1 goes through.
1 goes through. Bill.
All right, what's the battlefield looking like?
Basically, this thing, I mean, let's face it, this is kind of Clash of the Titans style. Anton and you are thundering down the stairs. This thing is thundering towards them, and I mean, Anton, I assume, is just lunged at it. Like,
All right, resist pain, drop into rage. And we're gonna hit it.
Gonna hit it.
Gonna hit it.
Hit it.
I hit it.
You did hit it. You hit it with your claws or your toofs?
My claws for 2 egg. Oh my god.
It just turns into a slapstick comedy fight that we've all been waiting for.
Yeah.
So basically, what you guys are finding, the reason it's soaking so well, it's not like it has a carapace. It does have points where there's just like you almost feel like there is bony, like, plates in there. It's just that the flesh being what it is, it's not like when you rip through it, you're causing it to gush blood everywhere. It's not got a conventional biology. So, like, you can, like, rip through the fleshy bits, and they just kind of ooze back together. It's not technically healing. It's just not taking effect as well as you might hope.
That's fine. I've got a plan for you.
All right, and since Anton hit it first,
Come on, hit me. Hit me.
come on. It's gonna hit you. Jesus.
Don't play.
Let me look up a thing real fast. Should have had my charts up. Should have known y'all would do this.
You should have known we would have just YOLO swag cowabunged.
YOLO swag cowabunged, yes. So with like bony fingertips protruding, it's just essentially, instead of like making a big old bear swipe like you guys tend to do in Krynos, Anton latches a hold of it. It reaches up and does the same thing and goes to like rake the nasty sharp tips of its bony fingers on him. Let's see how it do.
Do it. Hurt me.
I'm gonna do it, you butt. Jesus.
You know what? You're not getting the satisfaction of touching me. Yeah, you are. Fuck you. Fucking Christ. I got to knock one off at least.
You did knock one off. Oh, let's put it in. Alright. And what's claw damages plus 1 or 2?
2.
Thank you. So. I'm sorry.
Well, if you kill me, paradox time. Soaked.
There you go.
Oh, he hits Anton. He keeps coming at it like this. I'll use my second rage action to dodge that. So,
all right.
Strength brawl
first
time.
rage round.
Strength brawl time. Come here.
Hug me.
Oh, you're gonna come. So it is 8 plus 3 is 11 dice. With iron grip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't think it can beat that many successes. Give me 1 second. No, it can't.
I apply damage.
But it can sure as hell soak.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That is only one of that soaked.
So for Bill, this thing swipes, hits Anton's chest. He tries to dodge, but he just doesn't take the mark back. It strikes him, and Anton just stares at it and just goes, and he just takes it up in his arm and just starts to actually break the shoulder blades and just squeeze it, like locking eyes with it. You know what I mean? It's fucking, it's the angriest you've ever seen Anton, really.
There are terrible snapping, crackling, and popping noises. But hey, Bill, look, it's grappled.
Oh, great. My diff -2.
Yes.
You tried to fuck me, but you failed. Sidekick.
Jesus, sidekick.
Sidekick's punishing us for our moral sins.
Oh my God.
There you go. That's what I have on in the background.
Okay, so we will apply damage, and sins or not, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
Jesus.
As Bill Fat Bear slaps its head right off its shoulders.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, Anton completely engages it, fucking disables all motion, starts bear hug, snapping, crackling, and yeah, Bill, you just reach over and finally slap the head flat off its shoulders, which seems to work pretty good. It
I
still
toss it off.
kind of thrashes, and it still seems to have like an unusual amount of liveliness left in it for a couple seconds. Well, actually,
I toss it over the side.
all right, you toss it. It's still it's almost like it tries to move. It doesn't seem to appreciate that it's dead yet. But it's not in any way coordinated, and it gets more and more sluggish by the moment.
Oh, here's the you.
I mean, you're in a hallway. There's nowhere for it to fall.
Two
I
more
thought
to go.
I thought it was tossing over the railing.
I
thought it
mean,
was by
if
a
you want to
railing.
pitch him all the way back over the stairs.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Sadly, it's not one of those cool staircases that has like a hole right down the middle, so you can just toss him down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah. It tries to, like, again, it's distressing because it keeps trying to right itself, but with a little bit of time it sluggishly kind of peters out.
Oh yeah, I'll wait for the turn, and when he hears one more, he cracks his neck, and it'll come to us.
And I need to look up another thing, I just realized. Give me one moment, please.
Marrowbones appears and is a woman.
You stop projecting on Marrowbones. All right. So, are you guys gonna lunge after it or let it come to you?
Let it come to us. Standing over the body, actually, because no blood for you. No.
Oh yeah, it kind of gleefully hauls itself up the stairs, and like it's one of those things where it grabs onto the rail, lifts, and it's gonna do something wonky. So I'm gonna give both of you a chance to make a Dex Athletics.
Cool. With hardcore parkour, would that come in, Katie?
No, you are not parkouring right now.
One success then. Jesus, psychic.
I have 3.
I mean, look, you had to make up for that nice grapple somewhere.
Psychic is just being a bitch, as always.
All right, so I'm gonna actually see if she can make this attack. Do. Fuck it. No, you both get away from it. Basically, you're kind of waiting for her to like spring up over the rail and give you a good shot, but that freakish arm like whips up, kind of snapping in front of both of you, like whipping around, like almost like you expect it might have if both of you hadn't just quickly shoved yourselves back, like gotten someone around the neck. But it bypasses. She misses her shot, and go ahead. Take your initiative. You can keep the one you had if you want.
And I'm going to grapple again. With Iron Grip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Minus 2, 6 successes.
All right. She is going to try to use one of her quick actions to dodge.
Good luck.
She gonna try. She's pretty good at it. She's pretty fast.
How much did she get? 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
Seizing Edge.
Oh. You dirty fuck. You get her. Just barely.
You know what he'll say? Because she won't understand, but he's like, I got you now, you little shit. See how
You
fast
literally,
you
like,
fucking move.
reach down to snatch her, and she tries to let go of the rail and like shove herself off, but you snap a hold before she can get, out of range and just yank her over the rail.
Have fun, Bill.
All right, I'll drop a rage, and I will bear slapper.
A bear slappa.
Bear slapper. For all successes,
What?
because it's grappled.
Jesus. Okay.
It's grappled. That happened.
Death
that
gods,
that
Katie.
happened.
Death gods.
That really did happen. Okay. Do it, buddy. Have fun rolling it.
For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 egg.
Oh God, she is not as hardy as the other one, which is unfortunate for her. Jesus.
Enjoy your 6 egg.
It's one of those things where even melting back together, there's parts of her that aren't working the right way anymore. For your rage action, Anton, would you like to give a little squeeze?
I'm a suplexer.
All right, so flippity flop over there, body
Dex
slam.
brawl, innit?
Yep,
Dex
Dex
brawl.
brawl.
For some inane reason, I could never understand why. But still, 4. I want to say 5. Sorry, 5. If it's 6,
I mean, it's diff 6.
Yeah, it's 5.
All right, so strength +2.
And successes, obviously.
Yeah, plus successes.
1, 2, 3,
It's that
4,
Jim.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hey, it literally can't survive that, even if it rolls all successes. Go ahead and narrate, buddy.
So that Raylan it's been having such a fun time with. Yeah, Bill watches Anton just like, I mean, you'll see it. He just buckles up the belly and just lifts it to the point where he bashes that thing. I mean, hits it once, hits off the railing. Hits it twice, hits off the railing. Hits it 3 times, hits off the railing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What are you hitting it with? Like, what are you hitting against the railing? Like, are you trying to snap the spine? Are you trying to smash the head in? Are you just doing a full bore, just break it as much as possible in as many places
Break it as much as
possible?
possible. Yeah, just this is a complete, like, I am not trying to be a finesse shadow lord. I am just, you know what I mean? I am beating the railing with this thing. Like
What'd that railing ever do to you?
Like, do you ever see like kids angrily like hit a stick off something? It's kind of like that. It is just, I keep going. I keep fucking hitting it.
I mean, again, it tries to thrash and pull itself kind of like almost zombie style, seems to kind of refuse to die, but you just keep hammering it on there. Eventually it will stop. But that railing is not the shape it used to be anymore. It's dead,
Eventually when it clumps down uselessly to life, Anton just stomps down on it with his fucking Krynos fucking foot as well, just to make sure.
Okay. You do the thing.
So this is our situation. That boy has wounds we can't explain. He's got one relative that if we leave her alone, we'll call the cops.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
It's been one day. We give it enough time. Had her file a missing persons report. I'm sure you can cover up enough that you gave her a badge, right?
I gave her a business card.
We're private investigators, remember?
Just Katie's prompt. I am 3 successes there, Katie.
The first question, though, is how many fingers? I assume you only could even put like 2 up to his neck.
2. It's like a
All right.
puncture wound.
I mean, you say puncture wound, but by the time your
No, but you know,
talons were finished
you know
growing,
the vibe. But you know the vibe. You know what I mean? That kind of
it's
straight to the
essentially going to look like a really deep, ragged cut or slash. Like, you know, it started as a puncture, but by the time your claws tore out,
It looks like a deep, ragged slash. Only 2 cuts. I only use 2 fingers. Realistically, you could mask it off as anything.
Okay.
Make it look like a violent gang attack. Hell,
Yeah.
you've seen some way some of these gang people act. They could have slit that boy's throat viciously.
Yeah. Yeah, I know how to work this. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
And Bill will walk back up to where this poor dead kid is.
you can do that. Yeah, you can tromp back up the stairs, up into the attic, where this kid is lying in a pool of his own blood. It's at least he's empty.
You're gonna roll him for the wallet.
You can do. Are you actually?
Bill.
You know what? Give me an alertness while you're up there, Mr. Wolfsight.
Like 3.
All right. So, I mean, I just wanted to see if you'd see it all. So yeah, you can snag the wallet. The thing is, it's not necessarily on him. You find a small bag, like a little, little rucksack. Well, not even a rucksack, just a little, a little bag. He was obviously bringing a couple things with him in. Oh, else in there? There's also the straight razor on the floor, and now in the blood. Because pooling.
Bill will dump it out and take the wallet. And then he's gonna take this poor kid's shoes.
Aww.
And he's gonna stuff those in the bag. Take the bag with him. Because those holes are too ragged for a straight razor. I see where you're driving at. But the point is, like, his throat's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Well, Krynos claws are pretty sharp.
Yeah. Bill comes back down. He got robbed, probably by another vagrant. It got violent. Has all the hallmarks.
You find anything else on the kid?
Was there anything else for this personal possessions, Katie?
I mean, there's like his phone was in there. I mean, some clothes. Maybe like, there may be some cards and things in his wallet, but other than that, nothing that really stood out as interesting when you just shook the thing out.
This was his bag.
Did Bill mention the straight razor?
Bill's getting around to it.
Oh no, that's fine. No, I'm just because I saw Katie's thing. I was like, "What? Did you mention my brain space?" No, okay, well, not. What else?
So this was his bag. Put his wallet and his shoes in it, and his phone. Other than that, he had some changes of clothes and a straight razor.
Said this kid was depressed, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the wounds you made in his neck are... It's going to look hard to make it look self-inflicted.
Depends.
Yeah, if you want to crack at it, here's his shit in case you want to put his shoes back on.
Yeah, give me the straight razor. It's a better answer than just a gang violent thing.
Okay, just make sure to shove his shit back in his bag, okay?
I got this. Take it and start walking over.
All right, buddy. You too can make a trip back up to the attic. And Bill's right. There's a part where they're pretty rough. But here's the beauty of the thing. Let's see. You do have the concentration merit, so I will not make you roll willpower to mangle the body of an innocent kid.
Yep, no, he does it. Not comfortable, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not gonna say cold as edgy ice, no. But he's quiet enough to just do it.
All right. You made. I gave you a medicine check, didn't I?
Yes.
So, and you got what? 3 successes.
3 successes, yes. If
You
if it was
can-
wit, and I also have quick thinking as a specialty as well.
All right. You can make it look. Basically, if someone wanted to deeply investigate, they could probably find out that these are doctored cuts. But if you slash deeply enough and follow up from either end of the cuts you made, you can probably make it look like he just slashed himself twice. Or hesitated, and that's why it got gnarled.
Yeah, I will.
Yep, it is gruesome work.
Good thing I have gloves on. But yeah, no, he does it. Silent as the grave.
I suppose at that point the question is, if you're going to go with that story, are you going to leave the phone in the wallet?
Yeah.
Da-na-na. So I assume you grab up his stuff, throw it back in the bag, but kind of carefully wedge his shoes back onto him.
Yep, that's the thing. I'm gloved up, so I'm not worrying about fingerprints, if you get me.
Yeah, same here.
It's more that messy when I say carefully.
Yeah, no, I would have done that before I made the cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Like, I would put the shoes back on, put the phone in the bag and all that before I made the cuts. Definitely.
When Anton comes back. So the easiest way to wrap this up at this point is to drop an anonymous call to the police, give them some time to discover him, and go back to the girl, feed her a story about us having some people on the force that we drop some things to in exchange for information every now and again. Say what it will turn out to be true, which is that they discovered his body with an ID, positively identified him, and that'll wrap this up. The only catches are we have to make sure that those 2 Fomori bodies disintegrated properly, or we're going to have a veil
If you
issue.
cleanse them, they'll disintegrate. Cleanse them, they'll disintegrate naturally, man.
All right. Any other issues with blood and violence around here? Look at this place. We didn't leave any claw
exactly.
marks, so it'll be fine. Now help me do this cleansing.
If you cleanse them enough, yeah. If you cleanse them enough, the bodies will disintegrate. So.
I'm not as good at it as you, so just lend me a hand, okay?
Sure.
I will let you guys narratively take your time, considering that otherwise you will just continue rolling until it works.
All right, fair enough.
Because I know you're not going to leave until it is done. Now, the distressing thing about these bodies is that after a certain point, they're pretty resistant. Like, they kind of half disintegrate and leave a mostly human-looking corpse. But if you stick to it stubbornly, there won't be a lot left. It'll finally just kind of start melting. It'll leave some nasty, gross stains on the carpeting. But this carpeting's pretty questionable anyways.
Look at this fucking place. Yeah, exactly. This is the whole point.
Good enough?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a good distance away and call it in.
Yeah.
And they will make their exit, get a good distance away, and use a different phone that is disposable and make an anonymous call to the police about dead body.
Could just use a payphone.
Or we'll just use a payphone.
You can, in fact, find a payphone.
Yeah, we'll make the anonymous call and shit.
Look, there's even a little. I think that's a little payphone box. It's hard to tell. Either way, yeah, you can drop a tip off at the phone and just keep walking when they ask for your information.
Yeah, just hang up.
All right, let's get out of here, wait a couple hours, and then make the next stop.
Yeah. I thought just walk very quiet to the car and just start it. Just drive out.
You roll out. How long are you going to wait?
2-3
I
hours
act-
max.
Yeah, probably I'd say 3.5 just to be sure, because like a dead body, they'll come pretty quick.
Yeah.
Allegedly. But yeah. You guys can, what are you doing in the meantime? What are you doing for 3 hours?
We're going to get some coffee.
Yeah, Anton will just probably sit outside on the bench outside of whatever coffee store there is or anything. He'll just sit on the bench and just be smoking, staring out.
Hey,
He doesn't really speak much.
hey, this is a diner, man. You sure you don't want to come inside?
Nah, I'm fine.
Okay, if you change your mind, I'm going to be in the booth near the back.
Sure.
All right.
So do either of you do anything else besides eat and smoke for those 3 hours?
Nope. Unless someone's calling us.
Yeah.
Let's do a luck roll. Because 3 hours is a good long time. Oh, you were very lucky. No, you do not get a call.
All right. After 3 hours of eating, just you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this.
Yeah. We drive to the woman's place.
You drive! And, whatever reservations you might have about it being the middle of the night, there's still a light on.
Knock, knock, knock.
I mean, she hurries to the door. You know, doesn't even hesitate to, like, look through the fucking peephole, just pulls it open. Oh. Oh, it's you. Hey.
Can we come in?
Yeah, sure. Come on in. And I mean, she holds the door open, and I'm not gonna lie, like, brace your fucking hearts, because, like, the two of you come walking in, and she kind of looks behind you, hopefully.
You're gonna want to sit down.
Did you hear something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better you sit down.
Okay.
My associate and I have some connections to the police. and we did some asking around. And while they're not normally supposed to reveal information, old friendships go a long way. An anonymous tip was called, and due to that, the police discovered a body that they positively identified as your brother. He had his identification with him, apparently. They're currently ruling it as a suicide. In all likelihood, you'll be contacted fairly soon in order to confirm his identity at the morgue. Due to the nature of how we came across this information, we'd appreciate you leaving us out of any questions they ask.
She just, for a hot second, just stares at you. Because shock is a thing.
I'm very sorry for your loss. I really am.
So he's just gone like that.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling me. I'll okay. He just starts to kind of like autopilot get up.
If you need anything, you have my number.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it. She just starts kind of like it's that autopilot like she would do if she was, like seeing you to the door type thing. Just no one's had much chance to sit down besides her, and she's just yeah. I'll maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
And I mean, she just straight goes over and kind of like opens the door for you. Like, okay, well, that is that.
Bill walks out.
Anton will slowly walk out and he'll stop back in front of her. I'm sorry this I'm sorry this happened to you. He doesn't meet her eye.
Yeah, me too. The breaths are getting kind of shakier. You can tell, like, she's starting to lose the cushion of shock as she kind of like starts to close the door. Like, just
Yeah, he doesn't try to stop her. Just lets her close the door.
and I mean, you're not even gonna get off the doorstep before you can hear her just kind of like crash down on the other side of it and start fucking bawling.
And he just swallows hard and keeps walking to the car.
Bill will get in.
For what it's worth, he's not anchored to this plane.
And Danton's just staring at the door, and he finally hears that. He'll turn around and look over. Oh, that's good.
Yes, he's beyond the duat now. Where are we going?
Where do you want to get dropped off?
It's probably better in this time that I come back to the manor with you.
Where do you want to get dropped off?
Just drop me off at Jeff's.
Cool. Yeah, Anton will do it. Just almost an autopilot.
Bill will get out and go into Jeff's bar.
Anton will drive away.
We can do. I mean, hey, Bill. At least Jeff seems pretty good to see you.
Anybody else in there?
Considering what you just went through, and the potential blood-spattered state of your person, no.
I think I just got kicked out of my own territory for the night.
What? Essentially, just what?
I said or did something and pissed my boss off. I don't know. I don't know, Jeff.
I mean, if you need a ride,
No, I still own the house down the way.
all right, man. You know what you look like you need. Yep, he just reaches around and like goes for like one of the decent, like essentially whiskeys back on the wall, higher up.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, he just, you know what, man? It's on the house, bud. It slides that over in front of you.
Things are they're getting worse in Roanoke.
You don't have to tell me.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Kind of gives a shrug. Sits finally on the other side of the bar. Seems to have a stool tucked back there. You're young. Of course you haven't.
I mean, like, I fought dead people. I'm used to fighting dead people. This, fuck.
What was this?
I don't know. I don't know what this is or why they do it. I don't get it.
And he pulls himself up right across, pours himself a glass as well, just sticks the bottle between you, and you get to have a dish session with Jeff. Or basically, we will determine how much you let him know, and in exchange, how much you learn through his far lengthier span of knowledge.
What Bill will say is that this group of apparently, like, worm guru are running around the city making monsters and abducting people.
The terrifying part for Bill is that Jeff's general attitude is, and I mean, he doesn't make it that crass, but it seems like he earnestly believes that if that is the worst they're doing, we're very lucky. He treats it very much as if this is par for the course for creatures like this. And it will be a very fine thing if they're not working up to something much worse and much bigger.
For all I know, they are. They're organized. They've got people. They've got a lot of people.
Just like you. Kind of points over, gives a light touch of the fingertip to the chest. You've got people too.
Yeah. I just... Fuck, I don't know.
Key difference is they're fighting for the opposite, which you are.
Well, we definitely stuck one in their eye tonight. Things are going to come to a reckoning.
Good to hear.
Yeah. We've, Has anything been poking around here?
Trying.
There's at least 4 of them. Guy in a lab coat and a big one in particular. Just watch out for a white construction van with a half bashed in bumper and a lot of rust stains.
They write free candy on the side? Finally just kind of looks over, quirks the brow, mock inquisitively.
They may as well have. That thing rolls around here. There's going to be at least 2 of them in it.
Probably.
I don't know, man. I didn't ask for this.
And aw,
Sometimes
that
I
just
just wake up and I don't know who the fuck I don't know what the fuck I am anymore.
that's when Jeff finally reaches over the counter and just takes a hold of the arm, catches your arms even. Gives you kind of an anchor point. Leans down to try to get a look at you. We don't choose it. She chooses us. That's how it's always been. But if you weren't strong enough to do it, why would she choose you?
I suppose you have a point.
It's not easy. And your kind, you need your people.
Jeff, I just sent my people away so they wouldn't get hit by any of this. I went out, I saw what the rest of us were like.
Finally tips the head in a little bit, like that. It's not that he's patronizingly saying, "Oh, you think I believe that?" It's that kind of prying little look. See, that's the tricky thing about you guys. Where there's one, there's 2 to 5 more.
Yeah. My people don't want to budge, but I know they're gonna come sooner or later. They have no idea what the fuck they're dealing with.
Well, at the risk of breaking every law known to man by giving you whiskey first, you sit here as long as you need to. In fact, gets up for a second. Let's go. Goes over. Just clicks off the open sign. Comes back over. You sit here as long as you need. You talk to me as long as you want. But go back to your pack. Me and mine, we get one teacher. And we learn for a long, long time. And then we're alone for a long, long time. But that's how we're supposed to be. That's the way Gaia wants us to be. But you aren't the healing hands of Gaia. You're her claws and teeth. But you're still a person under there. It gives a little poke at the chest. You're still Bill. And yeah, a pack is stronger than one. But that doesn't just hold up in a fight. Go lean on your people. Let them lean on you. Use what Gaia gave you. I know you have more. I met that one girl. But I know there's more than that. There's always more. So go lean on them. And don't be ashamed of doing what comes naturally to your people.
What are you gonna do when the nation marches in here?
He finally pulls in a breath, gives a big shrug. Well, suppose it depends on what marches in. Might have to go back out into the mountains. I do like this bar, though. And a lot of them, they can see the worm miles away. But if they don't have a reason to look, they won't see something right under their nose. We'll see.
Bill finishes the whiskey. Okay.
Well, don't you worry, bud. Gives you a big clap on the shoulder. We'll stay in contact. One way or another. Wouldn't be much of a teacher if I left you out to dry.
Got a long walk back.
At least got a car at the house?
No.
There's a
That's
bit of
okay.
an eye roll. You gonna be able to talk to your people from there?
If I have to, but the children of Val walk far.
Alright, man.
I'll see you around.
Yeah, just a thought for you. How about once you get out of line of that city, you think about taking your walk on the other side?
Bill finally looks at himself. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I'd say shift over here, but let me tell you, things in the street, not the kind of things you want to walk through. I can give you a ride to the edge of the city, though. If you really want to walk the rest of the way.
I'd appreciate it.
Besides, if you're gonna call on L, you might as well talk to it. kind of gestures like the "come on," lifts up the bar.
Yeah. He'll go over.
Yeah, and he'll take you around out the back, make sure he's locked up, and yeah, follow you in, and at least take you well outside of the city limits so you can get out and shift across without conflict.
He'll get in the Umbra. Take on his lupus form and activate speed of thought.
And Bill gets to take himself for a nice long run through the blessedly pretty peaceful span between cities. It's a lot of nothing. So it's a lot of, I mean, besides the one, kind of welt line that is the road, it's a lot of Gaia. A lot of chance to not just know it's there, but feel the earth, feel and hear the grass as he's brushing through it. That kind of humid dampness in the air, it's not as bad on this side. It's almost like running through a mist instead. Not anything that deeply obscures your vision, just everything's twisted into a slightly different, cleaner perspective. And man, those stars. All it takes is a look up and you know exactly where you're going.
And how to find his way home.
Something very simple and pure about the process of being a strider out in Lupus running, well, at least as far as you're concerned, home. Would you like to-
Bill runs the whole way back.
All right. So while Bill is running, because he'll be at it, I mean, he's got speed of thought, so it'll be much faster than it should be, but it'll still take a bit. So, Anton, buddy, where are you going after you ditch Bill at the bar?
I drive out to one of the old spots that I used to hang around with Lizzie, and I park the car up there, and I just get out, still covered in blood, and I just climb like I used to, just sit on top of there and just put my packet of cigarettes down and just stare out into the woods.
Got a great view. It's not just into the woods, it's overview. It's a point of incredible overwatch. Lizzie really loved the spots where you could sit up somewhere and not feel like you were about to fall into the planet, but you could just see everything down the mountainside, into the valley, and up to the Appalachia. Even in the dark, it's still a hell of a view. You've got lights pattering across the mountainside here and there where there's residential areas, where there's maybe a small town, where the roads go. Got a hell of a view.
And takes a drag of one of the cigarettes he has as he just stares out. And just says to the soft wind, that blows along, "I'm sorry." I wish I came back here more often.
There's definitely an intense nostalgia to it. Everything's familiar. This is exactly that one curve in the rock where you always sit. Just kind of feels right under your hands, under your rear, under your feet.
And takes another drag of the cigarette, very slow one. And he, twitches a bit. It's like his voice is breaking every time he tries to say something. And he very softly just says, "I can't win this, can I?"
You know what? Give me a reflexive ancestors roll.
I botch, naturally.
I mean, you don't have an insane ancestor. So, I'll give him some time to do his thing. But eventually a thing will happen. Does he want to call anyone? Does he want to have any contact with anyone at this point?
Nope. He switches off his phone. Probably, do you know what? Leaves it in the car. He just sits there. The phone is off. In fact, he is not going back to the mansion tonight. He'll probably fall asleep either out in the open or in the car itself. He just sits there, alone.
Let me message you real fast to determine a thing.
Sure. I'm waiting for this message. Oh, shit.
So what's going to happen while Bill's running through the Umbra and just in a weird way, as much as it's not what he wanted to do, is experiencing something that resonates so strongly with his tribe. When Anton finally lets go of consciousness, whether it's sitting up on the, this big stone overwatch, whether it's curled up in the car, that botch is going to come into play, and his ancestors are going to intervene. One of them, there's no telling who, takes over, and he gets up, still essentially, effectively for his experience, asleep. He gets up, gets into the driver's seat, drives back to the mansion. And what the others will see. And actually, Bill, do you know how fast you go in Lupus with Speed of Thought active?
Like a fucking rocket.
Like faster than a vehicle?
I'll put it this way. Lupus doubles your movement speed, and Speed of Thought puts some serious stank on that on top of it.
All right. So it'll be, I mean, even Bill might see it depending on where he is by time Anton gets home. But Anton will be pretty much unresponsive to anyone else. He just drives to the manor, parks the car, doesn't pick up any of his things, leaves them there, but gets out, goes inside, and just with the weirdest single-minded kind of nature about him, goes up to the room he usually shares with Heidi. Goes in and closes the door. It is definitely something Bill can see, and it's almost, it seems trance-like. Like if anyone were to try to speak to him as he was coming in, there's no response. He just walks where he's walking, goes in, closes the door. And will find himself there when he essentially naturally wakes up. Or someone stirs him into waking.
Yeah, Bill looks around to see if any of the kinfolk have tried to communicate with Anton. So he pads along in creepy, low-headed Lupus.
You'll hear responses to, I mean, Bill's probably gotten responses to himself coming home, in fact. I mean, there's a reaction to the two of you coming home. And in the end, Heidi just kind of, initially kind of tries to interact with him and doesn't get a response and seems puzzled, but just kind of follows him up.
Heidi. Not tonight.
Why?
We were in battle. Things got bad.
I won't ask.
I know, just... You can take my room.
There's kind of a stubborn bit of a pout.
Things will be better tomorrow. Please.
She kind of looks at Bill and looks at the door. I won't wake him up, promise.
What was it you said?
She said I won't wake him up, I promise.
I just don't think he wants company tonight.
And she'll walk up, and I mean, she eyeballs Bill. She gives him an astonishingly intelligent kind of searching look, like looks between the eyes. She does not hesitate to make eye contact with him, not in this moment. And after a solid couple seconds of study, she seems to resolve something and walks up just that little bit more, like shuffles that last little step. And God bless her, she tries to give Bill a hug.
He lets it happen, especially since he didn't see this coming.
Like it's just that good, all around the body, supportive squeeze of a hug.
It's okay.
You're sad.
I'm all right. We'll be fine.
You're pretending you're not like Becca does. Well, she smiles and reaches up, and I mean, it's the lightest little cheek touch. It's a kid, essentially. It doesn't feel patronizing. It doesn't feel like a big sister. It feels like a little sister in the most innocent way. Just reaches up and touches the cheek for a second. It's like, but you're not as good at hiding it as she is.
Probably not. No.
You should sit with Becca. And I'm gonna sit with Anton. I promise not to wake him up.
Don't suppose there's any way I could talk you out of it. Huh?
Mm-mm. Big open eyes, little head shake. You wouldn't hurt me. Never ever.
Okay.
Promise. I'll be okay. I'll be very careful.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
And she looks at you for a second and measures again. If I go in, will you talk to Becca?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go check on her.
Okay, good. You should. There's a firm nod. And this time she, like, after she's given him the first sweet, she kind of steps back and studies. And, you know, Bill was the youngest of his siblings, but there's no failing to recognize the big held up arms as anything but, I want to hug you and you need to get down here so I can do it.
Bill will.
Yeah, and he hunkers down and she hugs him up around the shoulders this time. Again, just the biggest, roundabout pressure of a squeeze. She like nudges her cheek up next to yours and just gives a hug and says, "It'll be okay, Bill. Even when it's really, really bad, you have to know it'll be okay."
Of course. We're all still living.
It can be better than that. It'll be okay, Bill.
Sure.
And there's one last little, cinch of a squeeze before she lets him go.
Bill will head downstairs and look for Becca.
Heidi just eases over and carefully, does that little, turn the knob all the way and ease the door open and just slides into the room that Anton's gone into. She will, inevitably, carefully, gingerly climb up onto the bed and just curl up. Not try to, weasel in under his arms or anything. Just curl up right there. But for Mr. Bill, your brotato is nigh.
What's she up to?
It's late enough. She's probably plonked out, on the couch down in one of, the main areas. She'll work on all sorts of shit all day, but there comes a point where she's like, this is my beer, and this is my cigarette, and that, I don't know what that is, but that's one of those snacks that Bill keeps stocking down in the basement and I keep snitching. And we are here on the couch together, and this is my evening.
Bill will literally sit next to her on the couch and take the snack.
Oh. Well, why you gotta do me dirty? Kind of looks over.
I gotta keep plundering my snack box. He eats the pistachios.
You keep good snacks. She props up her phone. She's got one of the new cases, so it's got a little prop on the back, so she can set it up at an angle and essentially watch TV. It's hitched up to the Netflix.
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. You don't get enough of that in real life?
Nah. Besides, this show doesn't have a bunch of guns and motorbikes and giant fucking werewolves. It's got magic. Does the little finger waggles, ooh.
Ooh.
Totally
I guess
different.
you'd have to watch Riverdale if you want all the gunfights.
What? Riverdale has gunfights? Are you fucking serious right now?
Riverdale occasionally has people shooting at everything but what they're aiming at.
Well, all right then. She fucking leans forward, snags the phone, starts switching out. She's got it paused, so she backs to browse and is like, "Oh, it's on."
It starts slow, but shit gets pretty violent in Riverdale.
Why the fuck not?
Greendale, nobody throws a punch. Riverdale, everyone throws a punch.
Well, it sounds like my kind of people. Get mad. You like it. Get a little elbow.
Yeah, I do.
She loves pistachios. She puts the phone back down on the table.
Oh my god.
Hits the play.
Here you go. Here you go. I have a handful of pistachios.
Yeah, she fucking even leans on him give me that. Fucking just
You've
seems
been doing all day.
comfortable. What? Fucking trying to soup up the vehicles because y'all keep breaking or losing them? Figure maybe if they're fucking, I don't know, nitrous or got some shit welded on, maybe they'll stay together a little better when you guys get all big and throw them or some shit.
Look, I'm not going to complain if you want to take my Mustang, which is already a powerful thing, and put a little something else in there.
Oh, really?
I mean, how could I dare look a gift car in the mouth?
How fucking indeed.
God, there's something else. Things have been all right here, right?
Yep. Fucking boring.
Boring's good.
Yeah. It's boring though.
Yeah, I guess it is. I'm sorry things didn't work out in that garage.
What, you mean that thing you were gonna set up with Dad?
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. In the meantime, I mean, I guess Jane's got the bar. It's got me working as a bouncer. Like, the eyebrows pop up like, ooh.
Big old 16-inch biceps on your resume.
Exactly. Who can resist that? Am I right?
Oh, absolutely no one. No one. Just, I guess you could just color me smitten. Rapid fire pistachio eating. That's what that typing is.
It is the most rapid of pistachio eating. Serious business. Fucking smitten. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and you wander down and yet another tank top, and I just have to stop and catch my breath, for it has completely exited my body. My heart rate through the roof. Mouth dry. I can't say a word.
I thought you were gonna say mom's spaghetti, and I was about to spit out a pistachio. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, Mom's Spaghetti's been done. Around the time there was a video that replaced every verse and every particle of every verse with Mom's Spaghetti, that was done. It was dead. We'd hit peak Mom's Spaghetti.
Yeah, I suppose. So, now that I'm leaning on your shoulder, because, I mean, this was comfy a second ago, I can't help but notice that you are, liberally blood-spattered, Bill.
You know, I keep forgetting that.
I feel like that's the kind of thing that's easy to forget when you can, I don't know, do what you do.
Yeah, I ran through a couple rivers on the way here. I thought that would do it.
I mean, it don't look fresh. She, like, tugs up his sleeve, and it's just like, it's that, like, rusty red. It's that kind of, like, if you'd rinsed it out and it was just the stain left.
Does it bother you?
Meh. Not really.
And knowing where the stains pretty much are, Bill wears an undershirt, but he'll just unbutton his shirt and get rid of it.
That works.
Cool.
Are you gonna die of the cold if we sit here and watch Riverdale and you are nearly shirtless? Looks over, mock concern.
I don't know. As they're settling back in the couch, I may have to resort to some sort of advanced survival method to keep warm.
Your pickup lines are on point tonight.
Good to know I still got it. And yeah, when they settle back in, Bill, possibly without thinking, will put his arm around her shoulders.
Yeah, she seems reasonably comfortable, plunked up alongside him, doesn't mind. And they get to watch Riverdale in a weird little window to normalcy after all that crap. Would you two like to do anything else in this scene?
No, there's not so much I can do, really. So
Don't worry, buddy. You'll get a follow up. It's a coming. All right. Then for now, at least. Watchers, thank you for watching. Players, thank you for playing. As we all go on this lovely emotional roller coaster in Los Gatos.